And I'm one person who is very diligent in my job. I am very, very diligent. When I'm working, I know what I'm doing. In Tirana, they have nothing. Last, I'm a video be say Makodi Kofuatem old video, Omokofa Sam George old video, and the Omokofa Muntaka old video, and your current old video. And I understand their frustration. The NPP, they are frustrated. They don't know what to do. They are hurt. They feel say I was say at the end of the day, this thing is distracting me. Jimmy no tomano kwano isikro wari prekwada. I can't let this thing distract me. Jimmy no tomano kwa je bribe kwa tomano kwa wari prekwada. Wari prekwada na mena be this time. So we should be focused as a people, and I'm so happy the government is working, the president is working, ministers are working, and then there are no distractions. When you get out of the line, it is part of Ghana's constitution. And to these things, let's just see them as MPP frustration. Nobody should pay attention to these kind of nonsense. No, let's talk about today's issues. Very, very important. And then I make an idea and so Bibiansi idea moment from womb. Kevin Taylor, my bro, power bako. MP for me. I didn't die and say, I was a baby, Namin and Abekasa. Now I know 2 for Casa, I'm just an Onana no, Bibi Haumo. Na Sebu. Otu for me kasa na ma chechi ma otu for say ne nananam dodo na Jimmy omo MPP mu no ne nananam MPP for no enya asante for no MPP for no ya asante for no nana onana no dodo na Jimmy they are not intelligent and it can na JB dan kwa D MPP for atem so mo the foolish masses because sebio nana me do and also do me chenchen hine Kevin Taylor me nie won say wo hwe onanam bi no mo the MPP echi na they are not able to think beyond adwa bini. Into MPP, they cannot think. And it will be difficult for them to come back to power. And I know you don't care about Ghana politics. I'm just trying to let you know, say, MPP, they are very flat-footed when it comes to reasoning. They cannot think. They are just weak-minded. Into MPP ni yusu Emma, me betana me kano credit. Sebi onana no munim nyansa no, enyansa fo no 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 kure no. And almost I had really somebody put to be na. Do now more people no more Jimmy nana. They are not smart. Yeah, and a hammer pa. It is a unya opportunity be around Kasaka say. Menana no be na more people na more Jimmy no more sacra margin because in punto de ye. Na sebio nipa de otiwi asa na wasa sound sana asa sound nyansa ne nyoma bi a wo ye. Yentumi ntina sebio otwe bini ni musa. Tinana adwuma we minim say edi but me ye ne kakran kakra bi no say da achi bi no o de ice ne betu cake this na me nuanom asantefo ni bi omde MPP echi omo Jimmy no omo beti ase I sa na kan ye nyina ye kan odem ai nana be din na de Kevin Taylor no en na ne boy omo de ntina de bia Kevin Taylor bibia ni wa maka omo nkan bi da nana minim ade amaka op TV so ana be Facebook ana any platform omo nkan bi nana wa ni so na omo kan more than this but yaw any you say omo nim so omo power beam as far as I'm around no ntina na me do na also do me chenchen hine nana maba nti me be chechire ba che onana no masantefo mu nim nyansa no ejimifo ndi omai sa ate omai so mo dibini de obeka bia sa na tinti omo de en ham ye ho omo ho ye di mpunti so be ba santime mu sane na onim NDC no ene de yaye ene de NDC fo ayama eya santeman me MPP ni nana na so ndese sie onana no bi ejimi ntina me kasama NDC fo se omo nkoso no mumbu man no NDC omo di chinie kura besi so a me kasama Ghana fo ato ama chinie no e se chinie ni nyansa chen osono because omo de impunti nipa sebio ebenyini itina na ya party no sebio wo de onya MPP ni ya omo party na wa santime mu no nana yempe bibi yempe bibi nyemo mo na isi ade duru die se nana kwaye bi na kwakomo mo akodo a yenkope kwaye bi na MPP fo asantefo ni bi na omo Jimmy na omo nkodo na Jimmy ni die abro 13,000 degrees Celsius nana me na me ka kiro nana me do also domi nana ba ko na me de omo kenya na e wosre. And good evening to Lady Julia nana 2472 we Lady Julia. I really love her. No nana no you with my limit is just here. I love her as a very wonderful beautiful woman who is very resourceful and also a woman of substance, and I really appreciate love what ama santimane odo what dia kirewa amanana ohwa efe aya kondo awudru bebia do bia boss. Oh, the king is here, the king is here. Ni nyina insane djuma no eye Madam Julia. It I would like to say good evening to Madam Julia, the mother of Asantemai. And nana enti machia wife e wie dia nana say mo bi emu da ho dia nana medjudwom. All right. Thank you, Mr. So my team just told me they have taken out Agrada from the video. Thank you, Mr. S. Thank you for taking Agrada out. It means that this old video is going to go out, and then we are going to use the new one without Agrada. Thank you very much, team. Media, very, very solid. Omundiagro. Yeah, ye Agrada Ephraim. My video no. Abama is Agrada nim. I really appreciate this team. I really appreciate this. So, moment fancy so and I didn't there. Nana. Right now, all right, team. Thank you. I have the new one. Thank you very much. So I remember last one. I started show now. I made my last one and I started show no. After this video, no, you started show no.
Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor. Where anybody say Obiara? Where anybody say Obi? Kevin Taylor. For you to mention Kevin Taylor, it clearly shows to say you have failed in attempt to spoil the mind of Ghanaians.
The president cannot cultivate multiple Kevin Taylors.
Kevin Taylor was insulting him.
The same government that birthed the dreaded Kevin Taylor, who has slaughtered every person in this country on the altar of his show.
Kevin Taylor, Nini Twasere. Kevin Taylor, Nini Twasere. Kevin Taylor, Nini Twasere. Oh. Kevin Taylor, Nini Twasere. Oh. Kevin Taylor, Nini Twasere. Oh. Kevin Taylor, Nini Twasere. Oh.
Kevin Taylor. Oh, no. Kevin Taylor, Kevin Taylor, one year piano. Of our party say, my lady say, the seminar they closes.
Nadia Kevin Taylor, and it's this phone here.
Kevin Taylor, yeah, come awati.
The day the said Kevin Taylor expires from the surface of the earth. So it's there until he asks for the period that Kevin Taylor is alive. This arrest warrant exists.
This boy, Kevin Taylor, is there to attack the present government and to make Mama look good. Or your role model.
Kevin Taylor, me say, oh, Casadiama John Damani Mahamano. On Tikrum how? Or to America.
Prefer me who Kevin Taylor, ma'am. Me say, you never me mono, the bonnet, dear.
And you be like Kevin Taylor, me say, oh, Nason, you useless. And I've always said, oh, you're useless. Oh, you're useless. What do you say? Oh, you're useless.
Kevin Taylor, $10,000. Now you're NDC full soldier. No, yeah, Puma, say NDC Beba, NDC Ma, because the mama she can I call Kevin Taylor.
Now, Kevin Taylor, dear, made the American and say,
And dear, Kevin Taylor.
No, Kevin Taylor, who you say, John Damani Mahama, who say, young to about what Bush Crown, what do you say? What Bush for a Toban? They will vote.
Kevin Taylor, when it shall be our shower, when you video no kind of content, will be always Gamasha, will be called the large.
He's a stupid boy, be our friend Kevin.
Yeah, he's mad. Very mad. Very mad. Very stupid boy.
He's a stupid boy, be our friend Kevin.
Yeah, he's mad. Very mad. Very mad. Very stupid boy.
Very, very stupid boy. Very mad. All right, let's think of business. Now, last week, I sent a message to the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Mama, 1 week from ended to Friday. And I was telling the Central Regional House of Chiefs president 2 things. They have to write a letter apologizing to my father because you wrote a letter to my father inviting him to the house. And he said, "Mo show respect to my father. You need to write a letter back." That is 1. 2, the Central Regional House of Chiefs. That Enyan Abasa chief now or a year. The Judicial Committee, this week he needs to be taken off. If these 2 things are not done, I will play every audio of the Central Regional House of Chiefs president discussing monies they took from people, and he knows I have it. So he can dare me. I'll play audios of him telling a chief about how they skewed cases, ahimful cases at the Central Regional House of Chiefs. He knows it. So it is not like I'm bluffing. He knows. I'm giving from Monday, every Friday. If these 2 things are not done, then it means or Cherem say I should do my worst, and I'll do it. So these two things should be done. My dad has to receive the letter. Because we inviting him, sending a letter. You need to send him a letter telling him, apologizing that that meeting I'm a friend now our meeting papa be and I'm stopping. So you need to also write a letter back as a form of respect. 2, the man na oye inyan abasa or hineno. Sa papa na ote asesegua so na say ye hineno or kromfo. He needs to be taken off. And yet the judicial committee at the Central Regional House of Chiefs, he needs to be taken off every committee. He's the vice president of the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Oye kromfo. He's a thief. And if that man is not taken off this week with a letter being published in the public space, then I'll release the audio of the president of the National House of Chiefs. And we will petition the National House of Chiefs to nullify the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Last week, Mukoshia ahemfumienu anomote the judicial committee so say case na omodia court no judge court case no. I know the president of the House of Chiefs. You are in contact with the judge, and my source is telling me you have told the judge, and the judge behind the scenes, he has directed you people that ahemfunimbe case in free court, and he will grant it. I'm here. I have everything. That case is now court. No, nobody is taking the case out of court. Sa ahemfuna you see more court. No, a year in Kransa any techima hineno. These two chiefs, omo case now court needs to stay in court. Court needs to know the truth about Edian. Asemono any nipa okoji sika any omwa say cases for the past 6 years. Cases amodi no House of Chiefs Central Region sa enyana basa ohene no sa kwama ankwa osade ende no waji sika for about 200 cases, and you people know that guy needs to be taken off. So this goes to the Central Regional House of Chiefs president. It is simple. I don't want to argue on this. If by Friday action is not taken on this, I will let the world know what you people are doing at the Central Regional House of Chiefs. I'm not going to fight anybody. My facts will speak for me. And the case is now court. Nobody's touching. Nobody should touch the cases. I already have the cases here. I have all the documentations. I will read for every single person to know what actually transpired into a case in the court. Yawahim Funsembebre was Central Regional. As I speak, Dunkwao, the Ben Obuaseno, the Central Regional House of Chiefs, the Judicial Committee Chairman, your vice president, Oko Kromo, you people want to split the town into two and make somebody a paramount chief at Dunkwao. I will expose you people. Sa papa no ko Dunkwao, Yamanasha for Emoko Disika and Wabak, a Central Region, at the Central Regional House of Chiefs. They are coming to skew that matter. Nobody should try anything else again. I inform what Central Regional House of Chiefs in especially Menana Kuisata, the Cape Coast Mine. I respect him a lot. But Nana, any I inform more Central Region, I want to clean the house. You people know, say there's a lot of corruption happening at the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Anything I'm putting to me Central Regional, because I have for cases in I corrupt cases. So a few people at the House of Chiefs and they disa in Semono, and if care is not taken, I'll wash everything out. I've given you the opportunity to clean your home, clean your house, clean the Central Regional House of Chiefs. And I gave you an opportunity, but now I am beginning to see, say, I confirm GT cases, you people want to force some, and I'm talking about the Enyan Abasa chief or your Kromfo. Kwaman Kraus at the end, he is a criminal. He needs to be taken off the judicial committee. Baby, a person of the case could be on court. I'm waiting for him because I have videos of this man going after young people and more SS. Almost a year, a cemetery with the fear. This man is not supposed to be on any committee at the Central Regional House of Chiefs. I'm not overdoing it. I am cleaning the house. Obi said, Kevin, you're overdoing it. No, I am cleaning the Central Regional House of Chiefs. And I want the right thing to be done. There are very good chiefs there. I am for Papa Akesiem Penifua, Obu Bunipa. About 99% of I am for Moho, are correct. About 1% be they are very corrupt. Today is Monday. We have till Friday. I'll leave it here. Now, this is an announcement I want to put out. This man, your friend Kusibuati, this is a personal issue. This young man is his brother. Waji eye nipa bi sika wa Ghana. Kusibuati ekufu ado sofo ba omi asofo na sebi obe share fake income obe dada MPP for G sika. Kusibuati okuta two names on na wo right no. Ena ni nua na wo o share red no. Or America ha waji nipa bi sika so obeto Land Cruiser de abromo. he has not delivered the Land Cruiser. I have all the chat, the conversation, and everything. Bema, remember, I started this thing with you. The people, you took their money to buy the Land Cruiser for them. Buy it for them. Ship the Land Cruiser. Give them the documentation because this is Kusi Boateng's young brother, our America hubby. I don't want this thing to be complicated. Because of the things I have, I don't want to make it complicated. The people you took their money, go call them tonight. Give them their money back. Because then a man for a dream and I don't want it to get there. During MPP time, they see we don't want to mess things up now. And today, I'm being very friendly. I'm being very, very, very diplomatic about this. Because Mihuni say, if I give you a second chance, you will do the right thing. Go and pay them their money now if you're not going to buy the car today. Kisibuatin, sofu kisibuatin kromfo ni nuani. Otikroma na wajin kofo bisika. So or toka dia momo. In fact, his name is, let me get you his name. I might put his phone number on air for people to even call him because I think his name is Samuel Kusibuatin. Samuel Kusibuatin, wherever you are in America. Wherever you are in America, this is a friendly advice. If you have taken their money, which you have taken, give it back to them. Say, Sikana wajeno untumin tokana ende for musika momo. Sa obetuma tokana make sure say car no documentation esi poso ende. Kisibuatin ekufuado. Eye ba omi asofo ni nua ketewa ni Samuel Kusibuatin ni din de Kalusha. I'm not going to speak too much. Media meba, I come to make things friendly. Send a bear next time meba, it will not be beautiful. All right. Into bebia uniwa unim Kalusha wa America hanokaje and say Kevin Taylor say omo uji o musika. So kotoka amomo and the omo frawa wonfa why wajine say obefo musika no release their money for musika momo untwintina kroma embo krono. It is not right. Be assured so you don't want this thing to escalate. You don't want it to get to the point where enimugasieba betaro ho unya yesofo otigana no jijinko fusika in the name of offering. You can't also stay here and say ojijinko fusika in the name of our ship car to you. So our business we now you know reputation is very important. Credibility is important. You don't want us to come say things that about you our people don't know. I don't want to do that. That's why I'm being friendly on this matter. So wherever you are, Kalusha, Samuel Kusibuatin, make sure you do what? Make sure you send the car in the next 24 hours. Thank you. All right. Now the question I want to ask and then say, in Kofoe, the Ghana Bar Association. We are still waiting for their statement on Afenyo Makino. Statement by this is Jogate's wife. Onene, the president of the Ghana Bar Association. And we're asking, so right now, is the Ghana Bar Association going to release a statement on Afenyo Makin's stupidity? Afenyo Makin Jimmy or Jimmy here recently. Afenyo Makin, the foolish Afenyo Makin who basically defends pedophiles. This is the same Afenyo Makin, Oba, the General Legal Counsel and the Kufuado, they made him leave. Afenyo Makin Kofa thugs in the name of national security, going after young children. 2-4 years. Afenyo Makin Kwasi we all heard Afenyo Makin what he said about judges in Ghana. But because this woman is an MPP card-bearing member like myself, she is not able to lead the Ghana Bar Association to say things, to let Ghanaians know Afenyo Makin is a stupid lawyer and he even needs to be disbarred. So we are asking, when is the Ghana Bar Association going to call the press, release a statement, and let us know their stand on Afenyo Makin's statement? Because I'm kwasiade way, and I'm mubi monete Ghana hada danko for your lawyers, and kwasia politics. Jogate wife in ye, on the leading the Ghana Bar Association, and I would like to tell this government and Ghanaians, the Ghana Bar Association, we need to nullify. I will see a guno. With all due respect, it's a waste of everybody's time. You see, when you look at it critically, it's a cluster of criminal lawyers, some criminal lawyers who have hijacked a legal education in Accra. And that is the Ghana Bar Association. There are a lot of some criminal lawyers in that Ghana Bar Association. The Ghana politics. And majority of them are MPP sympathizers, MPP buttlickers, who at the end of the day, ye won penny 4 krom ha omon kano kre. So what is stopping the Ghana Bar Association to release a statement? You know what they want to do? They want the matter to die by itself. They want us to forget, but we will never forget, because when we have a group of criminals like you posing as lawyers and joining us just a mere association, for years you people have used this association, monopolized the system, lied to Ghanaians, and defended political criminals like Ekufuado and Bawumia. And now we are telling you to be the association we have been calling you, the Ghana Bar Association, some more credibility. You see, today they can't do it because this woman's husband is an MPP man. He was a minister in the Ekufuado. He was an attorney general in the Ekufuado. Joe Gart in the jelly a chachuchikata. Nigirinie. Enkwasi aseme koso Ghana I don't know. Oti omo esu muade, oti omo esiedi atem. Na mpanifo omo jimi omo chichire man say man no. I den yetena ma omo koso say man no. Oh, Andrea de na ye. Today de dabi. We want to ask, and we are asking the Ghana Bar Association, what is your take on that stupid Afenyomakin? His actions near Tikroma and Afenyomakin Kwasi Ampenyiwe, Ekobo police in Yasum. Afenyomakin slapped a uniformed police officer in Ghana. He is the minority leader. Kwasi Ampenyi Saro. Ekrobiswa anka that day, nanka also free parliament. But we saw people in Ghana defend this stupid fool's actions. But anka Simesibi. O yeni baby, ni pebi on street so am from the ordinary Ghanaian and kebo police ni kra echi eka se twenwa anka nkwasiafo bi te se mo MPP fo anka machi natum anka mu de mu Jimmy and nam Ghana street so air demonstration. This stupid fool a friend of Afenyomakin onimu nyansa, a lawyer who has no ethics, a stupid ignorant fool who is leading a group of piglets in parliament calling themselves minority. None of these fools in parliament could speak against Afenyomakin's action. But Kwasiafo from MPP minority, no, every single person has a police officer with him. Kwasiafo, no respect for the security agencies, no respect for the Ghana Police Service. And the Ghana Bar Association is scared to speak on Afenyomakin because Afenyomakin is as corrupt as these foolish people calling themselves the leadership of the Ghana Bar Association. How can we allow such an association to exist and handle our legal issues and say they are the knowledge when it comes to legal education? Who are these people? They need to speak. The Ghana Bar Association, they need to speak. Afenyomakin Jimmy way going around threatening people. Afenyomakin Kwasi Ampenyi way on Ghana no Jimmy no. Nobody in the MPP is able to speak to this fool because MPP in Chamwa a Jimmy for no principle. Yeah, Chama Kevin Taylor Becca Sania Kevin Taylor diatem. Afenyomakin Kwasia we have police in Yasum ewo Ghana. Ghana ni penyi bia ni MPP move from Nkwara to Mpenifo was able to say Afenyomakin, this is wrong. You don't even need to lead us. But Jimmy to he wants to lead Ghana. Now you as a flag bearer, your minority leader is slapping police officers in Ghana. Now to me and you, Bawumia, you have been the chairman of the police council before. You have been a vice president before. Today you want to lead Ghana. Your minority leader who is leading your campaign foolishly slapped the police officer, attacked a police officer. In fact, assaulted a police officer. We have documents from the CID office, from the Attorney General's office. We read the document. This fool is leading the MPP. Now, Adiachia Yemebumo and Moa. Kwasiafo. More intellectual analysis. The so-called intellectuals are the most stupid people in the MPP. The action is clear. We need to be straightforward when people go against the law. And they are two straight. Why can't we the law deal with Afenyomakin? That is why these fools calling themselves the Ghana Bar Association cannot speak because they are corrupt. They are criminals. They are in the same job with Afenyomakin. Afenyomakin is a lawyer in Ghana. Why should he still be having his license? Why should any Ghanaian be addressing Afenyomakin as a lawyer? Then Afenyomakin to me jina court in poker say ojina judge nim kwasia sano into the constitution. No? How are we protecting this fool? Is a lawmaker. Sanka Salaka on the cars has na Minister Salaka do in or Junso to send in into I will not worry. Afenyomakin is a lawmaker and a member of parliament. Kwasia winning am Ghana na more MPP for so so. Ade ya yenja to me mam what is samo. Ade ya tiama na mubu ofu. Kwasia for na you say Ghana ebusua bi dia. Anam just say Ghana akonwa yedi. Anam just say ebusua konwa na ya hinie. Ghana constitution about Ghana ho ban. Emmoa speak. And let's make sure Afenyomakin, as a lawyer, he's disbarred as a lawyer. Kwasia. These are the foolish people. You see, the budget. Hey, where the yanka, where mama yanka, where the yanka, where mama yanka. We are talking about the Ghana Bar Association. Why haven't they released a statement? Motete Ghana na nkwasiasem. The budget. They be a yanka ba kwasem. Me yanka ba kwasem. A yan pipi dia yenjai. A yan this dia. Hey, the whole Ghana. Me say, mwe Jimmy Tina mi dimu atemu MPP for, and I will never stop. Because you see, I have seen it say, Sankamu Bessa, and can start to do what Tamkamasa. So money and more jeans and a pet. So there's no way anybody can change an MPP person, somebody who speaks for the MPP, somebody who's an MPP member. Me, na me ka MPP, when I'm down MPP, but me who answer na match me and I'm saying, how can you come and talk to us about morality in Parliament as a politician who is an MPP card bearer member? How can you talk to me about morality? Because you are in Parliament, a constitution in the mouth, but not Parliament. Now somebody has abused the constitution as a lawmaker. Now do any more parliamentary. You all look like animals. Why, Jimmy? Nobody is man enough. Nobody is woman enough with balls to say after you're making you a fool. What you did, attacking a police officer, assaulting a police officer, is never supposed to be encouraged. But you have left this matter and you are thinking about what? If you are asking the Ghana Bar Association, it's a simple question. We are asking a simple question. The guy insulted a judge. He stood on national television. He's a lawmaker. And the small boy for university, JSS, SS, now on social media, no OD judge at Tema. What will you people say? And then I'm oh, the young people don't respect. Oh, She, oh, Yeniba, oh, Jimmy. But a fool like Afenyomakin stood on national television. It denigrated a lawyer, a judge, the judiciary. And you people sit there, you call yourself lawyers. What kind of chicken lawyers are you guys? You are chipmunks. You guys are not intelligent enough to even stand before any judge and say that we are lawyers and that we want to defend the client. You are foolish. We want people to speak. Speak on the issues.
That judge has no respect for his own judicial oath. I don't think he read the law. That circuit court 9 judge, I have no respect for him. For a judge to say that he's remanding Abronye into BNI custody until the case is finally determined, such a judge can never have my respect. I pray that he summons me for contempt. I will continue to disrespect him until he upholds the law. He's gone beyond his judicial function. And it is not his first. It's as if he has been selected purposely to achieve this. He doesn't talk law. I don't know whether he ever passed his law exam. It's a shame. It's a shame on the judiciary. And my Lord Bafuboni must pay attention to this. For whatever it is, it's about his legacy. I'm told by December he will be 70 and he will be gone. Is that a legacy he wants to leave? After Tokonu was booted out of office and all manner of accusation leveled against Tokonu, is that the judiciary? The judiciary, they said they were going to reset.
This whole press conference was about Tokonu. It wasn't about whatever happened. He wanted a day to speak for his girlfriend Tokonu. That is all. Kwasia, the judge has forgotten his judicial functions. Haven't you forgotten about legislative functions? What does the law say? What does the book say? What does the constitution say? What does it expect of a lawmaker? What does it expect of a lawyer? Kwasia, you are saying somebody has forgotten about his judicial functions. What about you? What about you, fool? Now we are a taxi driver. You are a lawmaker. What is expected of a lawmaker when he's addressing the third arm of government? Stupid people. And we sit in Ghana, Kevin Taylor, small boy, Jimmy Niwe, who fee we, and we entertain these things until at a point, who is supposed to correct who? Why not also correcting why? So are we going to sit and allow this Ghana Bar Association to protect Afenyomakin, a criminal like that? Because to me, I see him as a criminal because when you speak against the constitution like this, when you're a lawmaker in parliament, because the law that guides your job, it does not give you the room to do these kind of things. You then become a criminal against the Constitution. So why are you people not talking about this guy? Why are you people not issuing a statement that this foolish African American should be disbarred as a lawyer in Ghana? Kwasiafo, we sit here every day, it should be against NDC. Every day it should be against NDC. Because Ekufuado, ne Jimmy is attacking out to one Muntumin Tunifono, and all the trainees and Kwasiafo Yabedu Hande. No certificate president Ekufuado. And all the trainees are both on an amhono. Saba Umiano and an amhor of Rofono. Saba Umiano and an amhor of Rofono. Sam Kwasiadu and Amudia Shady Trim. International say, Obetume Chatro, no abedi president. Foolish people. Now, Jimmy, I saw this today, and I think we need to speak on this. Ghana will share spoils 2-2 with England on the 23rd of June in their clash at the 2026 World Cup, FIFA World Cup. The UK, High Commissioner of Ghana, on the Unimpa say Ghana ne UK England boy 26th of June now obi abeshe 2-2 akwa on problem akwa we on problem baby e didi ni ense ho on person be kan say mia na ne ho abekire na mo abetata no it just so we dey 2-2 and dey fa amfa oyi say bro ni we jimi oto asase so into onim dey oka on problem bia na and Ghana will lose to UK England 3-0 for that be on problem it was so or body safe or play the safe Ghana and England be 2-2 yeah ko World Cup be 2-2 wo bodam 2-2 say kasi e be shamu anase obe sheye e dey na obe gina fifi be 2-2 one go share 2 goals na buy say papa we on kanukre yeah we need to be very serious with these people. Be a man enough as a high commissioner and tell us. Don't come and talk 2-2, 3-3 matter here. This is the World Cup. This is not Chaskele. So you people close to the UK ambassador, tell him that I said that he should be a man enough. He should have balls. What kind of comedy is this? Are you going to win or not? What is this? Ghana will win 2, England will win 2. We want to play 2-2. Do you think we are playing Chaskele or we are playing 4 poles? We are playing World Cup. Somebody for win and win convincingly. What is this 2-2 nonsense? Man. Yeah, tell us something different. Akwa wonya bema oye hufo papa. Oye hufo pa say I yabebo 2-2 say you don't players here. And I want to say this. And I want to send this message to the new coach of the Black Stars. Yeah. Sir, over the weekend, sir, game na share between Black Stars and Mexico. No? Without due respect, if this GFA, any coach way, if they fail to add the Ayo to the squad, we will not forgive them. That set we saw play Mexico. None of those players is better than Ayo. I am telling you, experience-wise, exposure-wise, and yet, Bibia in soccer, none of the players who went to play Mexico or what experience and now you better change Ayo. And I'm sending this word into Ketokreku because I know there are some people who are at the GFA right now doing everything possible out of hatred for Ayo. They don't want Ayo to go. The fiesta, the World Cup, it is not just about standing on the pitch and playing. A lot of things come together to play the World Cup. It is not you. You can have the best team, but so many things come together for the World Cup. A business, a business, and a FIFA, and let me tell you, so players who be a pitch. This why I am telling you. You see, sometimes the presence of some players, it to me share referee so. Sometimes the kind of players in your team, sometimes we be the player Cracker World Cup, not player or bench, but just the presence of that player at the bench, and the officials of the game, they understand that this is not a team to just run over. Some boys number ball, Black Star in Mexico, maybe the striker Afenjano said something. He was not getting what he needed. Nobody was supplying the guy anything. He was running up and down. But to me, about 99% of boys from the Mexico Ecobo Bodo, Nina chaff, waste of time, unnecessary. See the way they made our goalkeeper struggle. See the kind of unnecessary pressure they were putting on Asari in the goalpost. Boy, any second keeper, near for City keeper so on board. Asari has been with the Black Stars all these years. There are so many times defenders among the ball. Because those defenders know what they are doing, Asari is able to make sure say ball no or they call the right place. Because these people back there, there was no defender back there. They were under pressure even than the goalkeeper. See what they did to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper did a lot of kicks that even players in the midfield. That is not a team. See the way they made goalkeepers struggle in a game. And I want to say this. Nobody, and this new coach, I know they are giving you a tough time. And let me tell you, Mr. Coach, we, Ghana, we don't play without soccer. And you know you have enough experience to understand this. Our soccer comes next to our politics. So if you're going to think or you're going to follow this Keto Kreku and his group to manufacture some names for you because most of them are the GFA are agents, then you are not going to have a good time with us Ghanaians. Dede Ayew needs to be part of the Black Stars team. And nobody, I'm still waiting for one person to come on TV or radio and say they have a reason why Dede Ayew should not be part of the team. What is the reason? We all know Otuado was a waste of time. Otuado wasn't man enough. He had no tactics beneath his sleeves. Otuado was just a training coach. He had no experience in managing the Black Stars. But today, if you tell us that you are one of the most experienced coaches on this planet, then you should understand that Dede Ayew should be part of this team. Me try mo bia beka chem say Dede Ayew fit team we minim baby Dede Ayew fit o team we mu. Because the team you are taking to the World Cup, player ben there most experienced player also in the team. We have Partey. We have Jordan. We have who again? Partey, with all due respect, we all know what the Partey is going through. I'm even surprised he still has that mind, that psychological strength to be playing now. Who Jordan Ayew? Why be him in our team? Experienced player ben, and as a player ben, referee ben, and I say crowd ben, I say we mu na ye kai omo. Dede Ayew is a World Cup winner, and recently Dede Ayew played. We saw his effectiveness in the team he just played. He is better than 90% of the players you called recently. Dede Ayew is better than 90% of these players you called. And I know Ketokreku, the GFA criminals are trying to bring in their stupid boys from some places we don't know to come and play the Black Stars. Now I'm frustrated in Ipakwa. I can buy a $2,000 ticket for myself and my family and then go watch this crap at the World Cup. So it's very important that you, the coach, you add Dede Ayew to your squad because until somebody tells me that players from more Black Star camp, they are all better than Dede Ayew. I just want somebody to explain to me. Player Ben or Black Star camp say I'll be to me say way to me for Dede Ayew and to turn me for one player. Player Ben. Some of the players are they are not even fully fit. So what do you expect? You need experienced players. Go to Brazil. Your colleague had to add Neymar. Do you think Neymar is on his at his peak now? Neymar is going to the World Cup because he draws business, he draws attention, he puts pressure on officials. Neymar's inclusion is not because he's an exceptional player. Neymar, but they need him in there. They need him in there to suppress teams. This is the World Cup, this is the Mundial, this is business. This is commerce. It is what you bring to the table that allow you to move forward. You need to understand the business part of the World Cup. Motete Ghana na nkwasiasam, mujijiska na makofa intwom boys bi. Boys omo tumi ponjina ball so ayarefo boys bi. Na omo be bon kwasiasam na obi hihye tie na you Ketokreku. Ketokreku, your friend saying, "Sir, your chief of staff. Sir, kwana na child trafficking done so na. Ono no ntumi kwa abrochi na nsia na otumi kwa abrochi. Sir, kwa kakra na odi wechi kwasiampanyi no. We will blow it up. We are going, if people don't sit up, until somebody tells me that there's a player in the Black Stars camp or you're better than Dede Ayew, you need to explain to Ghana and you the coach, you need to explain to us. If this team, your list comes out without Dede Ayew, then that is the end of you with us as Ghanaians. And I'm talking, that's the end of you as a coach because we have to find every means to sack you. Then it means you don't even know what you're doing. None of these players, in fact, I'm not even going to talk about these players that played Mexicans. I'm talking about the regular Black Stars team. Who in the regular Black Stars team, and a better Dede Ayew right now as we speak. Your players are more Black Stars who bear 2 years in club crampono games that Dede Ayew born recently, the whole season. Dede Ayew went to play recently, and games are Dede Ayew boy. Your players are more Black Stars almost 2 years. Almost about 4 games for their team in a season. But all these people are being called to the Black Stars. So what is this hatred towards Dede Ayew? What is this hatred? I just said, Mashada and a Nipebo Black Star wa. Oma Imagine said they are going to do everything possible not to allow Dede Ayew to be part of the set. What kind of nonsense is this? Player Ben or Black Star or change Dede Ayew. Player Ben or Black Star or change Dede Ayew. I'm asking you, the coach. If you are going to allow these criminals at the Ghana Football Association to manipulate the list, to manipulate you, then you don't have any life with us. I'm telling you, you're not going to last for even 6 months. We are going to sack you, and we decide who plays for us, not some fools at the GFA. We decide, we the people. We the people decide, not that criminal GFA boss, not that his chief of staff, that criminal Bofrot, that child trafficker who was banned from going to Europe and America. We are not going to allow this nonsense to happen again. We have soaked the nonsense for too long. Otuado Baye, the reason why he the reasons he gave so ultimately for the day Ayonka Black Star. We could not qualify for the Nations Cup because of Otuado's sluggish attitude. Onya Bema enough. He's not a man enough. Otuado Ayen was Akwara 12 years. And Ankwasiafo decided, man, we ask him, what is your reason for not calling the day I can't be in we Otuado. When you used to play Black Stars, be beating on your Black Stars be boy. And I want to talk to the Black Stars coach. When you go to Germany, they are taking Manuel Neuer. There's a reason for it. Not because their current goalkeeper in their national team isn't doing well. They need names. They need players who will bring experience on board, players who can sell their team. Let me tell you, you know it already. This World Cup thing we are looking at, it's all about business. FIFA needs to make money. FIFA needs to make sure teams that have the quality and the names are the people who are left in the tournament. You are not taking the DIO. Who are you taking again? Who has name in your team? Who is a world star in your team? Who is a player that people know? This guy consistently has played the World Cup. He has lifted the World Cup. He has played the Nations Cup. He has done everything in soccer. This guy is still fit and solid. He has better form than lots and lots of these young boys you called. What kind of nonsense is this? And we are all quiet in Ghana. And I'm so nobody is speaking because I'm phobic genuinely. I'm time Dede Ayew because we're turning. Nyankopon and the boy Dede Ayew. Nyankopon the boy Jordan Ayew. They did not choose who to be their father. And Nyankopon they are Abedi Mo papa. Why? Is it a mistake to be Abedi's son? Is it a mistake for Dede Ayew to see Abedi as his father? Mistake better Mistake better Jordan Ayew Dede Ayew omaye. They were born by Abedi. And Abedi is a good player. And what is this hatred about? What is this nonsense about in Ghana? We are sitting here for these criminals to manipulate the list again. The game we saw, I was watching even the game they played with Mexico. If you had put Dede Ayew on the bench for him to come in maybe the 70th minute, referee no James Kobe will say, hey, this is Dede Ayew. That is how soccer is. And then I just say the Portuguese and the Argentines are still trying to push Messi to the World Cup. You think it's a joke? Messi can be walking on the pitch for 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes, not tackling one player. But the referee is always looking. If Messi is tackled in the box, he's going to give the penalty. That is the business part of the game. So we are not going to sit there for these criminals, these crooks. And you fool them go GFA, they decide for we Ghanaians. We want the Ayew in the Black Stars camp. We want the Ayew. And you fool them team of Ghana. And I'm sorry that in Korabiam Gugu, Comoros, Cyprus, useless boys to be. But and time be on mobile near to Hoshe. The current Black Stars team, when I experienced player, you Jordan Ayew from, you Pate from, who else? I'm asking. You Jordan Ayew, you Pate. Why in our Black Stars team? Your name say where the household name? Why be him? Kudu Sanyan and Zianova. Why be him now Black Star? Yeah, the Omoko worker because where the household name? Referee will see and just give a fist palm and say, "You, I know you." An official will see and say, "Oh, please, I know. I'll talk to you." Player Ben BM, who are just two players with experience. Two players with experience. Dede Ayew effective or wa ball league. Abo more matches the champion kwasi afo bebre. Also for Dede Ayew ko. Ede bi na mo pe. Ade Dede Ayew, boni be no ayemo. Dede Ayew no boni be no ayemo. And I expect the former Black Star players to speak on this matter. My own uncle, Augustin Henfo, Stephen Tornado appear. I'm talking about the own Africa's number one, Asamoah. You players are supposed to speak because what is happening is terrible. Sometimes we put our differences aside and speak the truth. Dede Ayew is better than most of these players going to the World Cup. He needs to be in there. Nobody says that Dede Ayew Blacks are the captain, on-pair captain. He has been captain of one left World Cup. He does not need your captain's band, but he needs to be in there to make sure he ensures discipline. For people to see Ghana is a team with some quality, some experience, some players that we know. You are going to the World Cup without no player. Obia Nimno, Obia. They at the time I'm wearing Sano. At the time, what kind of nonsense is this? Jack, why am I about that?
Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor, where anybody say Obiana? Where anybody say Obi? Kevin Taylor. For you to mention Kevin Taylor, it clearly shows to say you have failed in attempt to spoil the mind of Ghanaians.
The president cannot cultivate multiple Kevin Taylors.
Kevin Taylor was insulting him.
The same government that birthed the dreaded Kevin Taylor, who has slaughtered every person in this country on the altar of his show.
Kevin Taylor, Nini Twasere.
Oh, Kevin Taylor. Oh, no. Kevin Taylor, Kevin Taylor, one year piano. Papa may say, my lady say, the same on the process.
Nadia Kevin Taylor, and intend this phone here.
Kevin Taylor, come away.
The day the said Kevin Taylor expires from the surface of the earth. So it's there until he asks for the period that Kevin Taylor is alive. This arrest warrant exists.
This boy, Kevin Taylor, is there to attack the present government and to make Mama look good. Or your role model.
Kevin Taylor, me say, oh, Casadiama John Damani Mahamano. On Tikrum how? Or to America.
Prefer me who Kevin Taylor, ma'am. Me say, you never me mono, the bonnet, dear.
And you be like Kevin Taylor, me say, oh, Nason, you useless. And I've always said, oh, you're useless. Oh, you're useless. What do you say? Oh, you're useless.
Kevin Taylor, $10,000. Now you're NDC full soldier. No, yeah, Puma, say NDC Beba, NDC Ma, because the mama she can call Kevin Taylor.
Now, Kevin Taylor, dear, made the American and said, and dear, Kevin Taylor.
No, Kevin Taylor, who you say, Don Dramani Mahama, who say, young to about what Bush Crown, what do you say? What Bush for a trouble? They will vote.
Kevin Taylor, when I was out here, when video no kind of content, will be always Gamasha, will be called the large. He says, I stupid boy, be out of Kevin. Yeah, he's mad. Very mad. Very mad.
So let's get serious about this whole issue. And me who say a City FM, they were having a discussion, and I want to speak on that. And it's got to do with our the sports minister said something today, and I think it needs to start from somewhere. Africa must be recognized as a production line for sports, not just a market for athletes. We need to create opportunities here for our athletes to develop and excel. And this is coming from the sports minister. I'll say Africa, I'll say a baby, a sebio, a talent, a bus sporter, ye tuminya a talenta, sebio, a riasi in abe who say ampa. Oba ebi brimu a sebio nyame adoma ede adum nipa ama sebio talenta wotum dia adua nipa mu no o se ewiase hu se talenta ye betum dia eden ye betumi ede create opportunities ama de enkwara ana mbebu no a mpese omde omo kohye agudiem. Now when you break this down now the ba Ghana, how are we helping young talents? How are we creating role models? How are we making our sport better? All that we do is we speak grammar. It's not about Kofi Adams. I'm talking about how Africa Yentumimpo at the end of the day. Make sure, say, in our sport, whether track and field or soccer or whatever you want to call it, football, at the end of the day, Yentumimpo enya then figures are my role models. All that we do is we pump people into the system 2, 3 days, 5 days, 10 years. We call them names and they will drop them. We are not creating any kind of hope. The young people can look and say, I want to be like this. All that they hear is Asamoah, oh, Tornado appear, oh, Abediayo. They don't have any relationship with those people. Now, the reason why I wanted to speak on this is simple. And now, can be a year city. And I was listening to the conversation. And we take conversation because no, there's something wrong. In fact, let's listen to what happened. They were talking about astroturfs.
Whoever cooked up that astroturf idea and gave it to the MPP, I need a name.
The amount of money they spent on it and what it's doing to sports.
Bernard, it is the single most useless intervention of the past 20 years.
Serious?
Sporting wise, I'm telling you.
It's not leading to any sports development.
It is the single, I'm saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Read my lips.
Yeah.
Quote me anywhere. Godfrey Akoto Boafo says, whoever gave that idea to the MPP government and followed it through, hey, wherever you are.
And the way the Yalpa.
No, the person has made his money.
Is it the execution or what?
It is the single most useless sporting intervention I have ever seen in this country.
Give me 2 pieces of evidence. 2 reasons why.
Which of Fadama, have you seen it?
Fadama astroturf, not in a while.
They are repairing. It hasn't been used for a year and a half now. They put up one in Adasabantama or somewhere like that. Within 6 months, somebody saw the carpet flying through the air on a rainy day. There was one in the western region. If it rains, you can't play football. Apenkwa, if it rains, you can't play football.
So they are not doing it well, or say what?
I'm talking about the ones that they have done. Which ones again should I go to?
There's a lot too.
Wija Bawi, they did the astroturf. It is there. They are hosting it, whatever. Bernard, if you say you do astroturf, what prevents you? And I always give this example. If you want to do astroturf, Tema Sports Stadium was astroturf. For 20 years.
It was hosting it.
Did you see a hole in that turf?
No.
Why?
I didn't even know Tema was astroturf until you told me.
Until it's moved by its use date.
Yeah.
Because 15, 20 years is a long time.
So are you saying the current astroturfs are poor quality?
Some of the astroturfs 3 months, 4 months old.
So it's like carpet.
Yeah, it's that you see the barbers, no? They have some carpets that they have been laying. That is the one they've been laying on the thing.
So it's not proper astroturf for sports.
No. Nobody. The proper astroturfs in this country. Let me list them for you. SMAC, Juventus Academy.
Proper astroturf.
That is standard. If they don't tell you you are standing on astroturf,
you think it's grass.
You think it's grass. Wafa just relayed their turf. The old Wafa one.
Soga Kope.
And this one.
Proper astroturf.
Haloski. Nobody will tell you that you are standing on world-class astroturf. The rest, everybody is using low grade.
And it will affect the players.
Oh, but we're talking about this. Knee, ankle. You are just killing people. You've reduced access because now it's 500 cedis to play. Some places you might even have to pay 600 to play for 2 hours.
How?
Which 10-year-old boy in my area, Kakudi, they've removed it. They are doing it again. They are about to do one in Town Council line, my area. I hope Latif Dan. I hope you are bringing a proper astroturf because if you come and lay that carpet, then you will remove it. I'm telling you.
So this is a very nice conversation that we're having. Normal astroturf wants some astroturf, and he made a statement which I think is right. That in whatever MPP board say a year almost see astroturf is the one of the most useless interventions. I agree with you to a certain point. The idea of the astroturf about Ghana, no, it was conceived by somebody who basically has an idea or has knowledge about astroturf. Now, when those people sold the idea to the government, the NPP government, it wasn't a political idea. It was to enhance soccer pitches around the nation, around our communities. Because at a point in Ghana, there were no community pitches in Ghana. Community locals can enjoy soccer at some certain time. So at a point in our history, na Ghana ye mobo enyumre. So we study na enyumre obi amobo Ghana enyumre. About 5 you will not see anyone playing soccer. Even our national stadium and our stadiums in our Ghana Premiership crown na about 5 o'clock because ye the floodlights or most of the stadiums no na ye mobo enyumre. So the idea now some people conceived, and I can mention them here. Nipo conceived the idea of AstroTurf in Ghana to make it a community project. You know, it was Wembley, Coleman. I remember very well when he pitched that idea to the MPP government. Say, we need a lot of communities, Omubenya Astro, at least pitches that they can also enjoy because we know Ghana, I'm out for ball. But it drew a point to be in our history. 5 o'clock in mobile be more Ghana. And we had a lot of people who wanted to, at the end of the day, have some recreational activities in their communities. You want to say, AstroTurf ne ba ebeboa. Now, this is what happened. After that idea was sold to the government to make it a national issue, or a project that will benefit Ghana nationally, the NPP turned that idea into a political idea. So what happened was the people who had the experience to build quality AstroTurfs in Ghana, almost started 1, 2, 3 and stop your MPs. Now what the MPs did was because they were getting money from Ghana Gas, every MP started finding anybody who can do AstroTurf because if you're able to build AstroTurf in your community, they saw it as a kind of way, Jimmy, to the point, say, the moment they see some carpet, which is green in their community, they will vote for the MPP. So you realize that most of the NPP MPs, they don't care about the quality. All that they did was that as far as to make the carpet, sign and when the people see it near Chanoa, it is a campaign message. So you saw a lot of NPP MPs building AstroTurfs. Abra, they were picking the wrong people, wrong companies without any experience to build the AstroTurfs. So we saw the influx of AstroTurf around the latter part of Ekufuado from 2023 to 2024 because the Bawumia created a campaign. Now the Danko Ekufuado the campaign. So you saw the influx of AstroTurf everywhere you go. Now you hear AstroTurf. But the question here is, did we take our time to make sure, say, the AstroTurf that were being built around the nation and the MPP ni Ekufuado, were they AstroTurf a passé that standard, that quality standard? No. Now I heard him talk about AstroTurf Route 222. AstroTurf no obakwana carpet ne twaira. Now in my neighborhood we have an AstroTurf. AstroTurf. The lifespan actually anymore I was to be changing the carpet in about 2 to 3 years. Now, majority of the AstroTurfs in Ghana as we speak and the MPP, Jimmy, say it could win them power, no Ghana no. On one second, I see he used the word reduce access. Say right now people are not able to get access to the AstroTurf a lot because they say you have to pay to use. Now, do you know that when you put an AstroTurf together, there's first thing you need to put in mind. You need to understand there should be maintenance. Now, all the AstroTurfs that were built in Ghana, what was the plan for the AstroTurfs? To sustain it. We live in the tropics. It rains, it shines, it rains, it shines. AstroTurf for America, once in a while it rains, once in a while it snows, and then they are able to change it. They are able to make sure, say, AstroTurf, it is under continuous maintenance. Now, the question here is, all the AstroTurfs you were mentioning, one, the people who built, majority of the companies are MPP4, Eco Renti, almost the real AstroTurf builders, more credibility, any license, Sanko they didn't use the right quality to build the AstroTurfs. Secondly, we did not have anything called a maintenance plan. There was no maintenance. Right now, every community, AstroTurf, there's more pressure on the AstroTurf than anything else. Ubami area higher, your AstroTurf you will not see anybody come to do party on the AstroTurf. Your Ghana, your AstroTurfs were Kaukudi, Fadama, area, Enyumbre, Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Utmu car, truck. Now Bejina AstroTurf no so eden eyin konya. This is the same AstroTurf. Monday, yebo game also. Tuesday, yebo game also. Wednesday, yebo game also. Thursday, yebo game also. Friday, yebo game. Saturday, yebo wedding. Yebo weddings too. Sunday, yeah. This is one AstroTurf in the community that is taking all this pressure. Into a day carpet ben kwana ebetime taking this pressure, it will not at the end of the day become deformed. Now you were talking about some AstroTurfs in Ghana you can point to You spoke about AstroTurf be 20 years. The Wafa and all the AstroTurf you're talking about, look at the maintenance level. Look at the maintenance level at Ekom. Now, all these AstroTurf, you are trying to rubbish every AstroTurf builder in Ghana. Say every AstroTurf is shut. The question here is, who was maintaining the AstroTurf? Who was in charge of the AstroTurf? Because the facilities in Ghana, you have to understand. Say who build the AstroTurf this year? Now the community is using AstroTurf every 10 days, every 10 minutes. Monday we are playing soccer. Tuesday we are playing soccer. Wednesday soccer. Thursday sorry for Abba. Friday sorry for Abba. Sunday, Saturday engagement menu. Sunday Thanksgiving service. The same AstroTurf. There's pressure on it. So you are not supposed to blame. One, I admit that the kind of AstroTurf are MPP for AstroTurf air builders are MPP for the Begu system. Most of them did not do the job. At least I can vouch for Wembley. I can vouch for Komamo and some part of some people who did good AstroTurfs. But there were so many people who were building AstroTurf in Ghana, MPP for MPs more build. They didn't even have an idea of what they are building. Most of the AstroTurfs they built. Can you tell me, say, Diana yetumi eyi carpet no edi carpet for Franceso. AstroTurf, watch out 2 years, minimum 6 to 7 months. You need to treat the carpet again. Because as you have put materials and send the carpet so. So when you sit at the radio station and run down the hard work of people who built AstroTurf, obviously the MPP is stupid. They did not think through it. They were just using it to do politics. They told to say, when you put red carpet on the floor, they will vote for you. So that one, I agree with you. But you don't have to look at a thing in a very small window. It is a bigger picture. We are talking about AstroTurf's 7 communities. Saturday, AstroTurf. So you know the weight that AstroTurf is supposed to take. Obi to be the car, but na obe yunkonya. Na car na tie no achi the material no ana achi carpet no. Sa car no 6 months. Do you know what will happen to the AstroTurf? So sometimes before we come and sit on TV and on radio to discuss these kind of issues, we need to have a broader perspective of the matter. So I'm mentioning say 15 years, 20 years, they still have AstroTurf intact. No? They have the maintenance culture intact. They are able to monitor it. They are able to check the facility. There's no pressure on the facility. If you want a world-class AstroTurf, so Usika Radio, a world-class AstroTurf will be built for you. And in Banabao, they have a pitch there that when you come to Accra Sports Stadium, it is not the same because you need to spend money to get one of the best hybrid grasses to build at the Banabao. If you want quality grass, if you want quality AstroTurf, you need to spend. But then when people go to China and go buy carpet, and a political party is in power, Nana Adrian said he's going to throw away AstroTurf because it will win them power. Then we need to look at the problem from where it started. And I agree with you. You say it's the MP before Jimmy. The worst social intervention Abagana AstroTurf and the MPP. It is true, but we cannot lump every single AstroTurf maker or AstroTurf together. There are AstroTurfs who come here from 2019 the maintenance is there. People are taking care of it. There isn't much pressure on it. I have an AstroTurf in my neighborhood. Every 6 months, they change it. They come, they repair, they change the sand or whatever is in it. That is how you treat it. But the question here is, who is treating what? And we allow politics to destroy this nation. They created the idea, say, so MPs biakofa kwasi ampenyi bi obeju bebi a na the capital begu say AstroTurf. Nobody here campaign. Now let's come back to the basics. The question here is, who is in charge of maintaining the AstroTurf in the nation? And it brings me to the NSA, the National Sports Authority. Do you know, say, every single the sporting facility is supposed to be managed by the NSA, the National Sports Authority. They are the ones who are supposed to manage every single sporting facility in this country, at least the public ones. Do you know? But the question here is, the NSA, what is their role now? As I speak to you right now, Ken Oforiata, the nephew, our friend Kelvin Oforiata, he was given a contract in 2023 to renovate Esipon, to renovate Accra Sports Stadium, to renovate Kumasi Sports Stadium. What work has he done there? Inti na nadu dan kweku fuadu mon kwasiafo no de AstroTurf buy no senka ya buy na ya and Ghana gas sika na ya. We were supposed to put all the AstroTurfs under the management of the NSA. Now the question here is, NSA is understaffed as we speak. So many people don't even know the work of NSA. From 2008, and J.A. Kufuor and an Abine, the power of managing sports facilities in the country. Every NSN ever seen there. That is why our sporting facilities have all deteriorated. Boteman is supposed to be under the management of NSA. But after you did the All-African Games, the Legon Sports Stadium is supposed to be under the management of NSA. But who is managing it? After they finished, they handed it over to the university. Can they manage the stadium? No. The NSA is understaffed. The NSA is in debt. How can we manage all these sporting facilities in the nation? So we need to get some things right. If we say we are resetting, and I'm telling the sports minister, this is the time you need to look at all these loopholes, call the necessary players, sit with them. We need to put every single sports facility under the management of the NSA. We should make the NSA independent. We should resource it. Because cutting grass, maintaining stadium chairs, maintaining facilities, it is about money. So we need to be able to resource the NSA for the NSA to be independent to get enough people to do the job. But this is the situation where the sports ministry does not understand this. We are talking about the president, the government does not understand this. Every day we are making the same mistakes. We need to take care of our stadiums. We can't. Whose responsibility it is? The sports ministry is not taking responsibility. The government is not taking responsibility. The National Sports Authority that is supposed to do that, we have taken a lot from them. They don't have people to work with. They are understaffed. They are in debt. They are not given the room to operate. So why are we here making noise? So when we talk about resetting, we should know what we are doing. And I respect the president so much. I want the president to call the sports minister and instruct that all sporting facilities are supposed to be under NSA. It should be their job. Sankasa, AstroTurf, Sayan, or Ghana, Henino, Yadinina, NSA, and your resources, NSA, say every region, get this number of people. Make sure you maintain every pitch, every stadium, every AstroTurf. We will not have this problem. Right now, we have all these facilities. They are not being managed. They are not being kept. Nobody is taking care of anything. And everything keeps going bad. BBSA and Ghana. What is the responsibility of the NSA? And I'm asking the sports ministry and the government, how much money has been allocated to the NSA? How much money? How many people work at the NSA? Nationwide, how many people work there? We don't look at the real issues. People are supposed to be managing this. NSA Juman is saying the National Sports Authority is supposed to be independent. They should work with the sports ministry, but they should be resourced enough. They should be given equipment. They should be funded. That is what they need. Because we should be able to create a water system in our stadium. You need money. You need an agency. Because if everything becomes government, if everything stays up there, then at the end of the day, nobody does anything. So if the sports minister is listening to me, this is the time they need to sit with the finance minister, sit with the president, sit with the NSA and say, we want to give you a responsibility. Your sole responsibility is to make sure every single stadium in this country is looking good. Every single state facilities, AstroTurf is looking good. Then we all know who to blame when the stadiums are not doing well. Ken Oforiata's nephew, Kelvin Oforiata, he's supposed to renovate Kumasi Sports Stadium. He's supposed to renovate Accra Sports Stadium. He's supposed to renovate Esipon. Money has been paid to Kelvin Oforiata. As we speak here, that guy is nowhere to be found. So are you going to blame the NSA? Are you going to blame the sports ministry? We need to sit down and ask questions. We keep pushing problems away, but we keep meeting the problems. The problems we meet every day, we try to cover them up. At the end of the day, they blow up in our faces. So let's stop this blame game, going back and forth and making it look like this is a huge problem. The solution is simple. Let's call the NSA. How many workers do you have? How many workers do you need around the nation? How much money do you think you need? How can you make sure all the state sporting facilities are in good condition? We are going to hand this over to you. You will be audited. Make sure that is what we do. But the reason for NSA and NSA is just working. The last time I checked, there were some people at Accra Sports Stadium doing what? Demonstration. Because they are like 13 or 20 people. We have been sacked from NSA. NSA does not have money. The National Sports Authority has no money. And the sports minister needs to know that. The president needs to know that. The government, if you are resetting, then we need to see some real resetting in the sports or in the sports sector. We are not seeing anything. We want the government to take initiative when it comes to soccer especially. The Kelvin Oforiata, who is the nephew of Ken Oforiata, I'm giving this assignment to the sports minister. Call the guy. Why haven't they renovated all these stadiums? He took money. If you want me to show you documents tomorrow, I can come show you documents. What is going on in this country? So it's about time we put the NSA to work. The NSA is understaffed. The NSA is struggling. There's no fund. There are no funds. The NSA does not have equipment. Yet we Accra Sports Stadium pitches. So we are at this point. We are not supposed to hire a company to be working on the pitch of Accra Sports Stadium. We are not supposed to hire a company to be working on our stadium, the pitches. No, the NSA should be able to do that. They need to employ people permanently who take care of our grass. What kind of comedy is this? The president is working, this government is working. These are things that are very important because soccer, sport, is dear to Ghanaians. We need to make sure these things are done. We cannot always be sitting and blaming people. Anytime we started from the top, we need to get some things right. This AstroTurf, I can't want to be. I don't think these things will happen because there will be a project manager. There will be a manager at every particular sector, or whatever, or region to be managing all these things, to making sure, say, we are doing what? We are renovating. We are making sure the pitches are in good condition. But we don't have anybody monitoring anything. As I speak today, a dear influence the NSA or Ghana Sports Team. What influence? What influence does the NSA have? What is the over America? You're an agency that takes care of state sporting facilities. What is happening in Ghana? Nobody knows what the NSA does. They don't have money, and I don't blame them. Nobody's giving them money. You have taken all the powers from them, and the sports ministry has taken over everything by doing nothing. So make sure the NSA is resourced. We need a whole reform to change the NSA. They need to be independent. We need to audit them. Give them enough money to manage our sporting facilities. What kind of leadership is this? Oh, man. Guys, get serious.
Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor, why anybody say Obiana? Why anybody say Obi?
Kevin Taylor. For you to mention Kevin Tayller, it's clearly supposed to say you have failed in attempt to spoil the mind of Ghanaians.
The president cannot cultivate multiple Kevin Taylors.
Kevin Taylor was insulting him.
The same government that birthed the dreaded Kevin Taylor, who has slaughtered every person in this country on the altar of his show.
Kevin Taylor, Nini Twasere. Oh, Kevin Taylor. Oh, no. Kevin Taylor, Umonike, Kevin Taylor, Wania Pianso. Papa, they say, I'm a lady say, he's sending on the process.
Nadia Kevin Taylor, and intend this phone here.
Kevin Taylor,
The day the said Kevin Taylor expires from the surface of the earth. So it's there until he asks for the period that Kevin Taylor is alive. This arrest warrant exists.
This boy, Kevin Taylor, is there to attack the present government and to make Mama look good. Or your role model. Kevin Taylor, me say, oh, Kasadiama John Damani Mahamano. On Tikrum how? Or to America.
Prefer me who Kevin Taylor, ma'am. Me say, young woman, mono, the bonny dear.
And you be a Kevin Taylor.
They say, oh, Nason, you're useless. And I've always said, oh, you're useless. Oh, you're useless. What do you say? Oh, you're useless. Kevin Taylor, $10,000. Now you're NDC full soldier. No, yeah, Puma, say NDC Beba, NDC Ma, because the mama, she can call Kevin Taylor.
Now, Kevin Taylor, dear, may the Mekacha and Nisse.
And dear, Kevin Taylor.
No, Kevin Taylor, who you say, John Dramani Mahama, who say, young to about Wabush, Krano, what you say? Wabush for a Toman. They will vote for
Kevin Taylor. When I was our year, when I video no kind of content. Will be always come share, will be called the large.
This is stupid boy, we are moving the Kevin Taylor. Yeah, he's mad. Very mad, very stupid boy.
MP for a more problem, they are suffering from PTED, post-traumatic election defeat. MPP are suffering from PTED, and PTSD, PTED, post-traumatic election defeat. I saw my bottom. I said, "Atia for yem, kwasiakeka." Omadani Jimmy for yeah. Udi Kevin Taylor, no political career and make Jimu Yinamu political career. I will turn you into mess. Kevin Taylor, the dreaded one. Kitchen ha, and I'll be the agro. Jao, I had near the Anibia Banku. I had young potom the Pecurani Adwa Bini. Sa kitchen Hana Michano. She Adwa Bini. I had the Dagati for Omo Edianibo at the rough. Oba Enzema for ye be beer fufu, a ye bofre, ye trouble freka carrot, man fantefono, near Yenchichewa, near ya poor stew. Messi kitchen Hana Michano, and the Edianibia opa mesevu, and ya aha, Ujmia, ya intercontinental, so you to me a ye spaghetti kakra, near Mao a ye tacos, near the kakra, just a Spanish. Italian, to me a Slovakian dish, Slovakia for the way from the Kosnik, the Kosia, Yabo, yadi, Talia fra, later no Osade importo a entity peteso, your friend of Posnik, and Yugoslavia for almost ya what you be 7 kitchen ha, 8 kitchen idiot. Nana Mark Brown invite him in the cook show, and I met you. And I hope so, you know, I'm going to cook show Ghana. Now, me church me do animal me no kitchen ha. Aha. Kevin Taylor's kitchen. Lalay. Kevin Taylor's kitchen. Number 1. Kevin Taylor's kitchen. Ediani bia umbi. Kevin Taylor's kitchen. And yeah, where nyampo anka ope. Kevin Taylor's kitchen. Number 1. Ube nyampo.
Yeah, what's the day? November to November. Me I know my no calendar. Come on, let's ride. I'm a running man. Higher than life, no challenger. Trace my loss for the charisma. Chasing those no scavengers. Chasing those no scavengers. Yeah, I said that. As a mission city ball in a K won't yes, you're not as having the sign. Whoa. Only one I tell walk on with 3 bumping as you're not as having the sign. And the tell you no evidence. I go to chill like a relax. I know the tell you no evidence. I go to chill like a oh no, I'm a pop star. You know, sir, I'm a pop star. You know, sir, I'm a pop star. Yeah. You know, sir, I'm a pop. Yeah. I'm a pop star.
Welcome to Kevin Taylor's kitchen. We are going to serve our. We started serving the appetizers. It's time for the main course. After that, we add a little dessert. Then we complete. Welcome to Kevin Taylor's kitchen. My name is Chef Kevin Ekoberi Taylor, the dreaded one. I got my mother. Even watching. Welcome. Okay, my started show to be refi. My started na enyefe. Ode beba. My for back twem na dabi. My nyane quick. Welcome back to the show. Welcome to Kevin Taylor's kitchen. My name is Chef Laurent Kevin Taylor O1 Defie. Today we have different dishes we are going to introduce to you. From our appetizers, we did sports. We entered the NSA. We entered AstroTurf stories. We have talked about the World Cup, and also we can add a little bit of the sports ministry. Now we can also show you our main course. We are going to touch on the e-visa. That's our main course today. We also can support with our chef special, which is going to be about Ablakwa and his achievement. Also, we will add a little bit of sauces to our main course. That's coming from Muntaka. So we are about to start our course. We're about to serve the main course. All right. Now, the main course. Now, President Mahama launches Ghana's first e-visa services. Now, another service. And the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, will launch what we call the e-visa. Now, we are gathering now with me from every part of the nation. Also, as I said, they are buying way, Sebio. Obajin say, Abanom, Ebia, Ninu, Abanini, Wohupa. Now, the NDC are buying, led by John Mahama, ASCCano, a bro adrenaline so the focus is there. A Bobby John Mahama share Ghana for a share Africans, as the leader of Ghana, or Obia, or Kwame Nkrumah, Sebio, Nyan Seribino, or Dinin so, and the DNC, and then they say, John Mahama, and the now buying a lunch at their friend e-visa. Now e-visa and any day, Sebio Obibeka say, you see John Mahama say e-visa, any idea, and the under NDC are buying Ghana ni na Sebio Ope say Oji visa, and the Ghana and also the free Ghana ye de bibia e friend e-visa aba na no uhia se kwakwa salai embassy se okwakoje Ghana eye de visa e wo ekuro bia woteso awoba ana ekuro bia wokoso enye se okwakoje American visa o pe Ghana visa e de tukwan e wo se wotene fie na wokọ online ofa wo phone na sebio wo se me pese me kọ eye Ghana me pe visa de akọ Ghana se wo Cambodia na wo pe visa akọ Ghana eni se wokọ Ghana embassy or Cambodia Ghana embassy no sebio omo system ya connect free Ghana every embassy around the world no e was system ne so inteno na se wakosa app no so na wa apply for visa about phone so eno ano no udru airport akeke na wokọ we John Dramani Mahama ban na sebio omaba abede e decide na and asamfa bi see John Mahama president of Ghana kasa. Now say, President John Dramani Mahama has announced that African nationals who wish to acquire business and tourism visas to Ghana can apply exclusively via the e-visa portal without paying a visa fee. And Africa ni na Africa ebi bebrim Ghana ni ebia Mozambique Ghana ni South Africa Ghana ni from from this time ubetumi apply for Ghana visa. So South Africa is here, Mozambique, Botswana, Togo, now pe Ghana visa, America, England, pe tourism visa, and now say adia your friend a year business visa. And one say wako phone so. Now wako Ghana embassy app no ho, and say app biya into kwa no affiliate information in less than 48 hours in less than 24-hour economy now visa naba. Now, Momianko Tie, President of the Republic, we are Mejuja in Sembi Muso Achremo. President Ekasa Ende.
Ghana believes that where continental processes move too slowly, decisive national leadership must fill that gap. We're therefore not waiting indefinitely for consensus on the free movement protocol before taking action. We're giving practical expression to the long-held aspiration that Africans should be able to move freely within their own continent with dignity, opportunity, and purpose. And so, ladies and gentlemen, effective today, from this moment, all holders of African passports traveling to Ghana for business or tourism will apply for visas exclusively via the new online e-visa platform, and they will pay no visa fee. Ghana believes that where continental processes move too slowly, decisive national leadership must fill that gap. We're therefore not waiting indefinitely for consensus on the free movement protocol before taking action. We're giving practical expression to the long-held aspiration that Africans should be able to move freely within their own continent with dignity, opportunity, and purpose. And so, ladies and gentlemen, effective today, from this moment, all holders of African passports traveling to Ghana for business or tourism will apply for visas exclusively via the new online e-visa platform, and they will pay no visa fee.
So, General President of Kenya says, "Oye African, oye Ghana ni na se opese oba eye Ghana, uhia se oba hwehwe eye Ghana embassy bi akọ na de wanwa efe e wo mu nyina ne se wo apply and I say for visa no Ghana visa no ewo online ewo phone so you don't pay a dime untia kapre into Mozambique ebia wo eye de Cameroon wo ebia US ebia wo England wo baby a wo bia opese ope Ghana visa de aba Ghana and one say obekọ eye de online visa eye de platform no so okọ apply for visa na obi anji usike bia eye free now especially mo Africa ha na mo pese mo ba Ghana no it is simple. You just have to go on your app online and then apply for the visa in less than 24 hours. In fact, a black was 48 hours, but realistically, because this government is working within that 24-hour time, I'm very sure so within 24 hours on Sabeka, even though the minister Osheso Sambo Kujata Blackwa or foreign affairs minister, so in 48 hours time on Sabeka visa, and I know because of the effectiveness of this system, in 24 hours on Sabeka visa, and this is what the NDC government is doing. They are basically making access to visa acquisition easy. First, no, obiga so koji visa, ocean ho papers or chenkukuba kwa wabodam. Okuta, omu papers, kuta na toilet papers, and the Ghana buying under NDC, they say, Sadia Nina, echum. Sa adiana sebio eya masisa papers me ko fele wa ha and me ko cafe way and I'm saying for Wembra no Ghana embassy said you don't Ghana government say under John Mahama no you don't need to do that and the minister Enso Ekasai. Let's listen to Ablakwa on the same issue.
This e-visa system covers 2 visa categories: business visas and tourist visas. These are the 2 visa categories that the new portal covers. So there are a number of exemptions. We have exempted distinguished members of
let me clarify this. Let me clarify this. In fact, a year visa no acquisition no, only Africans and non-Africans will have to pay. Inti oya African nkwadia na other African countries now person back Ghana there. You don't have to pay anything to go online to apply for a visa. Omo Africans no Americans no apply for visas no. Me am America am guta a US passport no. So me pe Ghana visa I will have to pay. Even when I go online to go through the process, I'll have to pay for the visa. But with Africans, I'm a tourism visa and I'm a business visa. No, Africa, I'm a Ghana. No, they will all have to basically go online and apply for the visa for free. It's wa abroche uye broni unkuta Ghana passport o pesa oba Ghana open a visa at the same say meti America because American passport no or send me apply na mutia but more and more Africa. Every African in Africa or person or apply a day ubikuta Mozambique passport, ubikuta Nigerian passport, ubikuta a day Senegalese passport. Now person about Ghana now pay visa. Sa visa no obeko online to go and apply for the visa in 48 hours in Sabeka is going to be for free. But when an American is in Senegal and they want a Ghanaian visa to come to Ghana, they will have to pay for that visa online before they can get a visa. I wanted to basically explain that. Now, unya an idea of what is going on.
This e-visa system covers 2 visa categories: business visas and tourist visas. These are the 2 visa categories that the new portal covers. So there are a number of exemptions. We have exempted distinguished members of the diplomatic corps. Diplomatic passport holders will be exempted, obviously. Then countries with bilateral visa waiver agreements with us, about 50 of them, we will exempt. We will continue to respect the sanctity of those visa waiver agreements that we have signed and the ones that we continue to negotiate. Student visas are exempted, family visas are also exempted. So this is the exemption category. This e-visa system
so categories diplomats are exempted, student visa exempted, family visas exempted. So the other ones they will have to make sure say omodi embrandu. Now Ablakwa Esakasa about some jandam in the system mumienkuti and also jandam bia ewo system no man for be HR no mumienkele no so.
Let me emphasize, this morning there's been quite some debate on social media that there was some e-visa contract which we are not respecting and that there could be judgment debt and all of that. Let me allay the fears of the people of Ghana that there is no such existing e-visa contract. Nothing of the sort exists. We've checked through the files. Our director legal is here. Indeed, the Minister of the Interior also wrote to the Attorney General to find out if there was any such contract, and to also present to the Attorney General for analysis the machine-readable contract which existed, and that is for visa stickers. And the Attorney General's opinion is that that does not represent an e-visa arrangement. The machine-readable contract is different from an e-visa system. And so let me assure the general public that there will be no judgment debt, no contract has been cancelled anywhere, and we do not have any issues at all so far as contracting is concerned.
And Ablakwa Kasai or say Attorney General through the interior minister no omo ebusa attorney general Ghana lawyer pagini say Ghana yembrɛ mu no aban bi assign e-visa contract bia ewo Ghana yabakosemu and attorney general so ahwe nkrata bia mu. No government has signed a contract with any company about e-visas. At this point, the NDC are buying go ahead to introduce e-visas for the first time in the history of Ghana. NDC are buying John Mahama, Ablakwamo Aye Juma, and the Abeye Adia Abeka NDC achievement. I want to say, Abaying Bia Niwa from Kufuor to JJ, from JJ to Kufuor to Atamils to Mahama to Ekufuado to Mahama. Abaying Bia Niwa wako sign a contract with a friend e-visa. This is the first time in the books of Ghana. Attorney General and Krata no Ekufuado buying any baumia buying company bia and sign contract bia say ye e-visa or Ghana. Inti ende no ye wo ho kwan emrama aban we ho kwan say obe sign a contractor e-visa way for the first time in the history of Ghana no ebi ABC. And oka bibi say na nipa bi ka so NPP time no almost sign a contract bia visa ho sensem. And also that be sa de na NPP sign ye friend no machine readable contract. Na sa machine readable contract no stickers sebio na ye territory yede territory for passport and no na enye e-visa na stickers companies be etwitwa na omo na mo airport wa omo the territory for passport no. It is totally different from e-visa. E-visa na their own embassy wo. The e-visa, you stay at home, you get on your phone, and you apply for the visa, and you get the notification that your visa has been granted. And no, different from stickers. Into the MPP, na readable sticker. Oh, yeah, the sticker we are passport. Oh, okay. And no, and no, visa. Just stickers to show, say, a passport not betray mu. But what is happening now? No, new to Ghana, and in fact, new to Africa. E-visa, you don't have to go to the embassy to say, these are my documents, take. You stay at home as an African who wants to apply for a visa to Ghana, to apply for the visa through your phone and get the visa approved on your phone. These are two different things. Kwasi bi betena radio so, ofui ba bi betena TV so say, we there aban bi eba ba omia oboa onim de okeka we jimi. We e-visa way in the history of Ghana, this is the first time aban NDC aban John Mahama di enim Okujato foreign affairs minister Muntaka interior minister and omode de sa ade we aba e wo se mama ye nigye obi anwa onim nyansa obetuma ade we kire NDC inte nyansafo na ba omo mutumi bu man eka no kre na ba and omo introduce e-visa de na first bi na ye hu no na readable machine contract and de fefe machine bi omo de taro passport king number 1 na woko king number 2 enye bibia na stickers keke and the so akoto taxi now they atare chese nyame beye ana wo de reflectors ataro and na MPP 4 year your friend readable machine contract and the so wako supermarket na omo de their prices territory product on king 299 king 499 king and be na MPP beye no but we there your friend electronic visa and no de obetena fie no apply for visa na won saka you are still live now. Breaking news: the Black Stars our final list tonight. You see GFA4 I publish it, but when you see the Sankwas and the useless squad this GFA they have presented to Ghanaians and then I make all these players on the pitch experience in a way only one player and not 2 players pay. This is what is going to the World Cup. This is what is going to the World Cup. Where you echo World Cup no. This is what is going to the World Cup to go and win the World Cup. This is it. This is the business Black Stars. Where is the experience here? Players of Mugu pitch ways, 80% among any big platform, international, among any serious game will be other. These are all second-hand players. 90% of them, league more than 10 games. 90% of the players, you can go and check. Some players were Black Stars, GFA4, Ako Tietie Sikaman Kofo say form Black Stars. 90% of these players, play as a second division. Player Ben was that team will be to change the game. Player Ben. I'm hoping and I'm praying that this coach, who is also corrupt like the GFA boss, he will go to the World Cup and bring something home. Because this nonsense, these are all bench players. Baba Rahman is going to the World Cup. Benjamin Asare is there. Atizigi, Joseph Anan, Solomon Agbesi, 4 goalkeepers. And Paul Riverson. Ono enwan obo timben obo Ayaz. Hey Ghana, every Baba Rahman, obo timben. Obo de PLOK a Russia for Timo Sedeno. Gideon Mensah. Obo timben. Oxe. Marvin Senaya, ono se enwan. Obo de ono se bo Oxe. Every Jacopo. Baba Rahman was team nim. Ali Dusedu, Rene, Abdul Mumun, Vallecano, Jerome Opoku, Istanbul, Jonas Ajete. Meminyo be a criticizing players. Players they criticize it, but Jack, this is a weak team, I'm telling you. Baba Rahman is in the Black Star squad. Hey! Kojo Opon Pepra, Nice, Diku, Elisha Owusu. Jack, these are foolish people at the Football Association. The GFA boss is one of the most stupid persons I've ever seen. What is this? Thomas Partey, Kwesi Sibo, he makes, Augustin Boache, Onozo what he may. Saint Etienne, Caleb Irenchi. This is Abdul Fattah Ishaku, Kamal Dean, Christopher Bonsuba, Al Kadazo, Oboboy, Ernest Nyama there is a good player. Semenyo, Brandon, Thomas Asante, Prince Kwabenedu, Prince Kwabenedu, what team? Victoria, Inaki Williams, Jordan Ayew. Hey! My other jerseys in 10, but could be $100, $1,000. My other jerseys 10. Media, and you remember 4. And the other friends, I'm not going 10 jerseys, $1,000. This is the set that Black Stars, they call World Cup. Kato Kreku is a very foolish guy, I swear to God. Ewurade Nyankopon. Baba Rahman. Hey! Kato Kreku play, I don't know. But what the heck is going on here? What the heck is going on here? What is going on here? What is really going on here? What is going on here? Jesus Christ. So this coach is another useless. What is this? What is this? Good pitch way. So one of your first team player or pitch way. So one of your first team player. A waste of time, guys. Jimmy, this is a waste of time.
Yeah, can you give me 6 packs of condom, please?
Sold out.
Pokemon tablet?
Nope.
Pokemon spray?
Out of stock, sir.
Viagra?
Finished.
Cialis?
Finished, sir.
Comet?
Just sold the last one.
Penigra?
Never heard of it.
Dragon spray?
Finished, sir.
Dragon tablets?
We're getting some tomorrow.
Male and female cream?
Finished, sir.
Chinese brush?
Finished.
Tiger?
Finished, sir.
Climate spray?
Finished, sir.
Vigora?
No,
Finished,
but the honest truth is,
I'm sorry, sir. It is finished.
What do you mean you're sorry?
Obika said, oh, this is not the squad, it's the World Cup preparation camp. No. This is your final squad, how they call World Cup. Squad the baby. This is what he's going to present. 99% of the players here in what they call World Cup. No? And I'm a somebody says, oh, Kevin, this is not the final list. This one is going to play a friendly match. We get it. But apart from I cover players were in Fabium. The other ball Mexico, I attach you, I love you, other ball Mexico. And it's uncle for we. Why the free her or the Coca attach you and attach you and Babesha? That's the question. This is his final list. Or the dad also called about friendly match. This is his final list. We nobody call World Cup. No. We nobody call World Cup. And I mean, as a players we are. I'm about the final friendly match. No. Now, how many good change did you and I'm asking? It's a simple question. These players are just put on the screen. These players. Me busao. Star players who go pitch we jump about final friendly match to go to the World Cup. No. Me busao. It's player Ben Waha or you better change the day right now currently. Did I call brother right now? We were watching recently. We were watching him. Player Ben or pitch we swa. Players Ben or pitch. I was our squad. We want to call friendly match. Me better. I'm talking about the outfit players. Me better change. Yet the day you catch me. You just tell me. From the midfield to the attack. Player Ben better change. Jordan ayo ho. Inaki ho. Semenyo ho. Who player Ben a players who are omnibus but chain. Did ayo sad to the point that you cannot make the squad. What kind of nonsense is this? This is his final. When are the World Cup? Bro? Way women do call World Cup. No? There's 99.9% women on the call. Women on two. These are the ones managers to meet Tiakasi. Wemo Katokreku, Sani chief of staff road nature, Aquaka Krakano. Chromophobia said he was involved in child trafficking. Or the Nkwabi Germany near Chino. For a long time, he couldn't come to America. Nancy and you left sir. You have a chief of staff who is a criminal. Katokreku, and they keep taking people's money. The squad or they call World Cup. This is his squad. They will not surprise me. They will not surprise me. Forget. They will not surprise anybody. And kwasi a red card no mukodi. Where injury shisha they are not going to tell you. Injury for about 70%. Yarea shisha These are players yarea shisha where Temu Black Stars we. Temu Black Stars we. About 30% of the players here are not supposed to be here. Eh? Deserve say they have to be in this squad. Let me show you. Jordan is supposed to be here. Inaki is supposed to be here. Semenyo is supposed to be here. Kamal Dean is supposed to be here. Kamal Dean deserves to be here. Abdul Fattah deserves to be here. Sibo needs to be here. So Jordan, Inaki, Semenyo, Kamal Dean, Pate, Sibo, Thomas Asante needs to be in there. Jiku needs to be in there. Alidu needs to be in there. Abdul needs to be in there. Baba Rahman is not supposed to be here. Paul Riverson is not supposed to be here. Jerome Opoku is not supposed to be here. Jonas Ajete is not supposed to be here. Kojo Opompe Price is not supposed to be here. Elisha Owusu is not supposed to be here. I'm being honest. Prince Kominedu is not supposed to be. About 7 players are not supposed to be here. Why? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Afeni Jan, this boy. Boy. If he had a better team, Omni Mexico boy, Afeni Jan is supposed to be in this team. About 7 players, maybe more match keepers put them fine home because SM is there. Only Atizigi, I don't have a problem. The goalkeepers, I'm fine. Atizigi, SM, I'm okay. I don't have a problem. You better use these 2 goalkeepers to finish the tournament. I'm fine. But when it comes to the outfield players, let me tell you, Paul Riverson is not supposed to be here. Baba Rahman is not supposed to be here. Marvin Senaya is not supposed to be here. Jerome Opoku is not supposed to be here. Jonas Ajete Wasan is not supposed to be here. Kojo Opompepra is not supposed to be here. Elisha is not supposed to be here. A player like Augustin Boachi is not supposed to be here. Caleb Irenchi, Yehunu Bo Wasan, Caleb Irenchi is not supposed to be here. A player like Kwabena Du is not supposed to be here. Newman needs to be there. Christopher Bonsuba, Minim Baby Paul ball. We have seen these Black Stars play so much. These about 10 players are not supposed to be here. Ashimaro said, is he here? Ashimaro said, why didn't they add the Ashimaro boy to it? And I will pray. The Ashimaro guy said, there's our boy, why didn't they add him to the team? I would rather go for. It's bullshit, man. Now, mommy and show we want about them. They are crazy people. Now, South Africa, Ghana. First batch of Ghanaians to be evacuated from South Africa to arrive on Wednesday, May 27th. Ghana High Commissioner to South Africa confirms. Ghana for Sebio, South Africa for tata omo. Ebimukrano omo life is at risk na. Yebetumi ku omo no. And the government of the day, John Dramani Mahama buying, and through the Foreign Affairs Ministry, and the High Commissioner of South Africa, Usi Ghana Nemuno, almost say omo prepare a flight on Wednesday, 27th of May, we almost consist as Ghana for the Abba Ghana, and Mama Betna Ghana, Sebio, and Yakura anticipate day. Kuntu Enyaya Nechi and Eko. And most of these people, they went there for different reasons. Your mom call your school, your mom call some kodi eja, your mom call some call no matter what so your mom call some a particular skill. Sanko for from different backgrounds, they have decided to say Ghana and for Mombrefie, and I support this. In fact, I heard somebody on Facebook or TV, some show, be now say, oh, the people we are bringing from South Africa is going to burden the nation. The revenue we need to create more. I say, hey, shut up. The amount of money Ghana is selling as a nation. Say, I can find 500 or 1,000 Ghanaians grab Ghana. They are resources. The amount of money Ghana as a nation we waste. But this OBT TV so say in Kofona, Ghana Fona, at Yanchama to South Africa, is going to put a lot of pressure on the revenue. Sika say no more, you best spend almost. Enti obi akwa kwentum na nyoman ko ya tata no or ya Ghana nia bibi ko ya de be fie no, it is going to put pressure on which revenue mukrambo taxes muntia. Wo why illegal connection out TV so you can kwasi asem revenue no kra untia ya kofa Ghana for be save our life most at the TV so you can kwasi asem say it will put pressure on the revenue. Masa, are you people okay? Do you even think if there are 2,000 Ghanaians who can for Ghana for them to come and get something to do, are they also not going to pay taxes? Why are you looking at it say they are coming to be a burden to Ghana? Do you know the number of people that we have wasted money on in Ghana right now? These are people, some of them are artisans, some of them are teaching, some of them are coming to help with their contribution. We are also going to get something from them. They have not been stuck in a situation whereby so they sit on TV and radio and they talk trash every single time. Masa, this is one of the Sebio pressure medal also that. Pressure medal also that. And we are talking about Ghanaians who have been caught in the crossfire. They can't sleep. People are targeting them. Nipa person come. I have lived in South Africa before. South Africa for the South Africa for the me catch them. And I know there are a lot of people in South Africa at this point, and that come to be nabi. They try to go live somewhere to maybe better themselves, maybe make some other money. There are so many reasons to go for two coin. And you'll be able to coin say, or person ko brew, or bo two coins or better no home, or person ko siya bibi or krobiso, or person ko bibi. And don't see every traveler as somebody who is a hustler. No. Obo ha watna South Africa or chradie and no otumdi asini down or Ghana or to the bush or Ghana or skill or yeah or South Africa. But because of this situation, yeah, the omunyina fra omomunyanipa boni from South Africa mwano, they are treating them like omunyanipa. So don't just sit in Ghana. Don't just sit on TV and just say, oh, why are they bringing them to Ghana? How much taxes do you pay? Taxes you don't pay taxes. Some of these people will come to Ghana and they will be beneficial to Ghana than more Ghana. Yes. Some of these people, they will come to Ghana. If they get the right support, they will do better. They will even help the nation more in terms of paying taxes and supporting us with the skill they've gone to learn. So we are not supposed to make it look like, say, oh, Sebio, Obi free South Africa, boy, Ghana, or you're outcast. We are not supposed to open our doors. The government needs to have a plan for them. Whoever is willing to avail themselves for the government to support them in a skill, to continue a skill, or the government needs to give them that support. It is very important. Because these people, whether you like it or not, if people got to South Africa, they were sending money back home. Now, remittance, free brochure by remittance by American Kwao. Almost South Africa, so almost send this Sikabe fee. South Sikari be nearby. You been for so these people coming to Ghana, even money and Ghana, so they are supposed to come. So don't sit in Ghana and make it look like say obi o tukwan biano onim nyansa enya obia de tukwan say opese okobo braboni. There are so many people, 90% of Ghanaians be so tukwan and go learn something, go better themselves, create an opportunity for themselves and people they know. Into men who obia o tukwan de be say sebio where they were Jimmy and okotina South Africa and Oba and oni bibia masa obo South Africa, they need to leave everything behind. Your uncle for South Africa, but because of the situation, they have to leave everything behind. Your uncle for they have to leave all these things and come back home. And when people sit on TV and radio to speak about these xenophobic attacks and Ghana for them, it is not easy for them. Imagine, I got to South Africa 10 years. You have been able to establish something with a woman. Now, from nowhere, this has happened. You have to leave everything behind. Leave your kids, leave your woman, leave everything and come to Ghana and start afresh. You think it's a joke? And some of you people sit on TV in Kwasiakika, you don't have sense. Jimmy. Every day in Ghana, just say anopa, you be TV and Kwasiata so kasa, Joy News. Now, Omukan Kwasiasam, Jimmy Sam, Brafo Mokakwamon. They have not traveled before. They don't understand. Me, I'm a traveler. I understand. I've hustled out there. I understand what traveling means. Oye so obiane person about South Africa na. Oye so obiane person about South Africa. Oye so obiane person about Korea. Oye so America crowd nkofo bi person about America. So sometimes you need to understand and feel for these people. You need to understand the processing is not easy. There are some people who have saved in South Africa, almost like that banker. They need to leave. They cannot walk into the bank and say, give me my money. The government of South Africa will take their money. You think it's easy? They have thousands and thousands of rands sitting in South African banks. There are people who are saving with credit unions. There are people who are basically giving their money to some people to save for them. They cannot even go out and go ask for their money. They were working with the other South Africans. Those South Africans, because of the SNT, they have taken advantage of the system. They don't want to even pay them their money. These people are supposed to come home empty-handed. You sit in Ghana, you sit on TV, you can't some, or because you're not going to join news, so you're not going to TV film, so this is tough. The psychological trauma that comes with this is not easy. It is sometimes the government is taking the right decision, and I'm urging the government to go out there and bring all of them home. And Nyakura anticipate day. And Nyakura anticipate day to live in somebody's country, for them to treat you like an animal. Don't make a comment, please. The one kasa uti kumase na ukodru srem na ye kakasa na wonte na wo hwe obi na unhuno na oni bebia unjina o say easy mumu bedro no jimi. It is not easy. Ufri bono na ukopie some part of Ghana na omo kanze makasa bi na wonte ase na upe bebi kura koda na obuso obi question na onte dia wo kana say say it's easy than to move from your country to another country to better yourself, to go teach, to go do something. That's ade we atoa. You don't sit there and talk stupidly, say they are coming to put pressure on the revenue. Taxes na utia. I conformed to Ghana. Ghana for because of politics and whatever this government can do. Say it was 2,000 Ghanaians that conform and help them. It is very important. And I would like to tell the NYE and NYA, all the agencies that are employing these people when they come. More skill, let us put them in some of these jobs, please. Malik Basintelli, Opariado, they are people, they are professionals. They have certification. Ebimu teachers, let us absorb them. Ebimu people with skill, let us try and put them somewhere. At least, baby, bibi so akomano. It is not easy coming back home to start all over again. It is not a joke. Now, the Interior Minister, Honorable Muntaka, has made a statement, and armored buses deployed on major highways to fight robbery. The Interior Minister, Muntaka Mubarak Akasa, or say, Abino, almost take initiative to clamp down, and I said to fight robberies on our road. Akwentio for Ghana, Yakwanya Kesia, Akwantimpoa, Yetukwan was no, robbery no, Sebio, Interior Minister, Muntaka, so almost devise a new strategy, almost the armed robbers, Ghana, Kwans, Mumiakuti, the Honorable Minister, Muntaka. All right.
Will come after you and will not be able to deal with them. Lastly, one of the major challenges that we used to have was the long stretch where armed robbers block people and then take all their resources. Today, under the watch of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, we've acquired armored buses. And these armored buses have been doing a wonderful thing on most of our long stretch routes, because we keep branding them differently. Today we brand them as STC, the next day we brand them as VIP, another day we brand them OA, just to make sure that we get the perpetrators. And I can assure you the IGP and his team are doing excellently. We've been getting a lot of the highway armed robbers, and very soon we want to believe our highways will be much, much safer than they were before the coming of His Excellency. So I want to thank you and assure you that feel safe, cooperate with us, and we'll assure you we'll continue to make sure that the country is.
So that's the Interior Minister, Muntaka Ekasaye, and you know, can you say, Abanwe, it would say a robbery on our routes, is getting a lot. And what they have put in place, and then say, Abino, through the Interior Ministry, no much me acquire buses via bulletproof buses. Omo astate emanefa akwantimpo, and I say highways are very sensitive, and I say prone to armed robbery attacks. Now, what they have done, and they say, omo identify hotspots, baby, tie attack travelers are omutukwana jono. Into some of these buses, they have decided say branding the different colors sometimes. Sometimes they be green, sometimes they be blue, sometimes they be red, sometimes they be white. If you want branding to say state transport, if you want branding to say metro mass, if you want branding, what it does is it patrols these sensitive roads. In fact, your Akwanbi or Ghana ha, oko Kintampo, oko some part of Srim, Kumasi, so any other places are a hot spot for armed robbers to attack travelers. So what they have adopted, and they say, identify all these hot spots are. And I say, acquire armed robbers, Juma or Sopano, major roads, acquire buses. Those buses, say they just patrol on these roads. And what is happening is armed men in the buses, security agency for police for they are armed very well to the teeth. What they do, they say they patrol these very sensitive roads, because sensitive roads are roads now armed robbers use they attacking Kofono. Then what they are doing, they say it has been very, very fruitful. Almost to me, I clamping down a lot, and they are telling Muntaka Ekache Ghana for say going forward, they'll be acquiring more buses to make sure say robberies on our roads, Sebio Eso Echa. In fact, so what study armed robbers or robbery or Ghana, they normally attack people on very bad roads, because normally ayana cars and our buses say what they do, and they say slow down, and when they slow down, that is when they get the opportunity to attack. And the first thing this government decided to do is to make sure say Ghana acquire the big push project is to make sure say traveling becomes easy, so that armed robbers going to be difficult for them to basically obstruct trips now. Buses in Mikino. So we study armed robbery attacks in it normally happens at places because the buses are forced, or the drivers are forced to slow down, and when they slow down, the armed robbers at the end of the day take advantage of Sadia. No, the Honorable Minister, the Interior Minister Muntaka Aka. The initiative is good. I support it. I believe they should bring in more buses and they should basically identify all the hotspots. Kwaya Sebio Ejwedifono complaining more. Techima Nkwana so omoye robbery hopa Kentampo Srem so robbery ewo kwana so pa over Ashanti region, Eastern region. There are some roads robbery no was so pa because and Robert Jane say the traders no and as a no musu. So I believe that this is a good initiative by the Interior Minister. We should applaud him for what he's doing and every support that we have to give him. No yemwano na omuntumi enye ejuma no omun protect ye and protect ye maame no. Recently the employment into our security agencies, under his leadership, it was smooth, it was perfect. And so far, through his leadership, he's been able to make sure the process now is smooth. In the end, you don't hear a lot of commentaries, a lot of negative statements. So the Ministry of Interior, recruitment, and Ayabasa, you can see, there's some leadership, there's some authority, and the Interior Minister is showing, he's capable of making sure things are done right. For a very long time, we've not had a very effective Interior Minister. For some time, with my correcting mistakes, I humble no actually Ghana for say, and Muntaka has basically excelled in this position so far. And I believe, he needs our support. We need to make sure, he also needs to listen to us, listen to our advice, and make sure, he does the things the way we want it done. And so far, he has proven himself. About our interior ministry, how effective it has been for the past 1 year, 5 months now. I think that he has really delivered on any deputy, So we should applaud him. And this initiative is very good. I also support it. That was the Interior Minister Muntaka Mubarak. Now, there is another story. What system we need to basically talk about. A private citizen. Private citizen petitions General Legal Counsel to investigate former AG Godfrey Dame over allegations of professional misconduct in Ato Forson's trial. And I think this issue ache. In fact, Aban Sisayeno, Nanka say the Ghana Bar Association, Omunanka Omutro sa a statement we first. Because you see, Ato Forson case na Godfrey Dame Ekufuado. Eye oforiatamo eye omadwene say omo pese omo de hye Atoforsen kon na Godfrey Dame lead the crucifixion of Atoforsen no. We all saw the lapses, the illegalities. Kronoa ekoso adada the former Attorney General Godfrey Dame, the way and manner he manipulated judges. He manipulated the process. The way we clearly senior Godfrey Dame esheda edi drum. At a point we had him on tape. And now, opese or dada jakpa Emma jakpa etratro. We saw text messages. An Attorney General who basically acted like a criminal. An Attorney General who basically did not follow judicial process. An Attorney General who is a crook. He was basically doing criminal work for the president in 2024. We saw Godfrey Dame, who is a lawyer who did not respect the judiciary, who basically got instructions from the highest office in our judiciary, that is Tokonu's office. And Godfrey Dame basically was like a dog on rabies, basically going and flouting the law anyhow. Audio and Godfrey Dame, an accused person, or try to convince an accused person to lie to favor him and his government. This Godfrey Dame guy does not have any moral right to be working in Ghana and calling himself a lawyer. He's a disease to the legal fraternity. And this guy, we are not supposed to allow him to even practice in Ghana as a human being. But so for some reason, instead of us to pay attention to this kind of political insect, people parading as lawyers, people who are using political power to go after innocent people, criminals in black and white suits, Criminals who have been given power by some corrupt, certificateless fools to use our judicial system to abuse Ghanaians' rights. These are people we are not supposed to give any room to be working in Ghana as lawyers. So I believe, said, the General Legal Council, they should take this very, very serious. An investigation needs to be open. Godfrey Dami needs to be questioned. The right thing needs to be done. If this guy has to be bad, he needs to be disbarred. Because, you see, the criminality in his action from the past, the deliberate criminal activity, the deliberate connivance with other judges to try and prosecute an opponent and a politician, all because of power. This guy is not supposed to be walking and feeling like he's a human being to be treated as one. So I believe and support this petition to the General Legal Council. Because you see, the General Legal Council and the Ekufuado was a corrupt General Legal Council. We all know. That is the same General Legal Councillor. Afenyomakin threatened Obi on phone. Abra Afenyomakin Obi wakwaji Obi yire. Enena da afano ama sani pano nini abema JJ ako repi ana odene sako ke ka Obimba. Afenyomakin kwasi ampenyi as a lawyer no. Ofre ni pare sa threaten no. Afenyomakin weya esafa eyede ne one of his colleagues in the law firm wo ema ne koy enkorani school wo ena ode sax ko tata nkora no. He wanted to go kidnap people's kids. Afenyomakin was summoned at the General Legal Council because Tokonu and the rest of the council members, led by Samuel Okujato, they told Afenyomakin to go. So you see, the NPP judiciary, and the Ekufuado, it was basically like dogs on rabies. And Godfrey Dami was the leader of these dogs on rabies. Now, at this point, I believe the General Legal Council should take this matter very seriously, because if anybody sees Godfrey Dami in court speaking as a lawyer and representing clients, it makes it look like our judiciary, with all due respect, we don't know what we are doing. We are not intelligent enough to protect the judiciary. How can such a criminal act, per what happened and what we all listened and what we all saw, text messages, an attorney general who became a lapdog to politicians, an attorney general who became a political criminal, who was buying judges, who was buying witnesses, an attorney general who was filled with corrupt acts. Sir Godfrey Dami oya kronfo per what we heard and saw in 2024. This is an attorney general Godfrey Dami who was shopping for judges. I want this one. I want this one. I want this one. Na opele. Some Kofo are not supposed to be working in our court in and out. No, we need to put them where they are. They are not supposed to be practicing law in Ghana. It is beginning to look like and a kronfo and to practicing law in Ghana. Godfrey Dami is not different from a hardened criminal who is at Insawum, because he basically tried to manipulate the system, go against the judicial code, and make sure his opponents are jailed for no reason. So this guy is a hardened criminal. And we are not supposed to entertain such political insects parading in Ghana and walking like colicos and pretending they are intelligent. These are foolish people. So this petition is very important and I support it. We need to go into it. We need to open an investigation into it. And if he's found guilty, we need to disbar this criminal, because all that he did was criminal. From the audio we listened to, from the text messages between him and Jakpa, from his actions, his utterances, a whole attorney general to me court or say, because they will catch me as a criminal, I'm not going to question the accused. I'm going to make my deputy. That was a clear violation, because we realized, say, not on himself or a crime for. So he was scared that the suspect, who was Jakpa, will question him on his illegal actions. So this guy, Godfrey Dami, is a criminal to me. Per the things that we saw, the things we heard, all the things that he did as the Attorney General for Ekufuado. This guy is not supposed to be entertained in Ghana court. He is a disease to our court. This is a simpliciter criminal. Simpliciter criminal. Why are we entertaining this? Per what we saw, the evidence we saw, all the audios I listened, the text messages between him and accused people, bringing accused people to a judge's home to convince them this guy is not supposed to be in court. This is a guy who is not supposed to be in court. He's a Sankwas lawyer. A lawyer who shops for judges. This guy is Sankuma. Sankuma's claim to fame was shopping for judges. That's what they do. Halitosis. Akwaya friend nenum kankan or tijo fmi. Akwaya nenum kankan. Your friend saying Samson ayedini nenum kankan. This guy, they shop for lawyers, judges. That's what they do in Ghana. They shuffle out judges. They are almost in case Papa Biada or better TV Swa, Halitosis, the Num Kankai, Samson on Kenyan Sembia, Andra. I believe in this. The same thing today, I don't believe it. There are men who don't even know they are men. They are confused about who they are. These are foolish people who are licking the butts of criminals in politics. Samson Ainini, a very dirty riffraff. No principle guy. They sit on TV, they lie to people, they pretend they know the law, they know shit. They don't know zilch. They can't even win a case in Togo. And these fools are all walking on the streets of Ghana pretending they know law and they write stupid grammar, no sense, stupid, no principle. Halitosis. Samson Ainini, case Papa Ben we were in this country when Samson Ainini told us, or the Kede Japan court, Kede Japan can say, what in wants them? Oh, you're crown for. Samson Ainini is a thief. He's a criminal. He's a thief. Politicians na otartara omoto na omoma nisikadi. Onimu nyansa. Ghana na yejimintra. Ayadina kwa denum kankanya oba TV so only once a week become a journalist of the year. Enkwasi aseme na ekosono. And they kufuado. Criminals, raccoons, chipmunks, and diseases were given positions in Ghana for no reason. Samson Ainini, Godfrey Dame, Esankuma. These are Gabi Ochedako. These are people who shop for judges. They know the judges they want. They tell their Tokonu, we want this judge, we want this judge, we want this. That is what they do. Samson Ainini, they know born rough. Oh, so today, Samson's take. Kwasiam Penny, who free Sreboba and Yellow Ghana. So you know, yesterday I believed in this. Today I don't believe in the same thing. Yeah. Yesterday you believed in something. Today the same thing, you don't believe in it. What makes you a lawyer? What is your principal line? These are people who don't have any morality. These are people who are being fed like dogs. They give them red meat today, tomorrow give them more money, and they sit there, they believe they are intelligent, but deep down you can see they are hollow. They are very fake. They know nothing. Samson Ainini, they know born to. Halitosis when it's him. Osano pa or the so-called nenum or we are now or the maxam education say or we are was the powder bobon is no the air the board or person nenum bon can news file catch there. And saying you see the news file, they have separated his desk from the guest because Okasagu the password is a gas go with him. And you know, and Samson's take and say nenum Sounds like any. A very foolish twerp. What's your for? I'm a rock star, Anna.
Yeah, what's the day? November to November. Me, I know my no calendar. Come on, let's ride. I'm a running man. Higher than life, no challenger. Trace my loss for the charisman. Chasing those no scavengers. Chasing those no scavengers. Yeah, I said, dang. As a mission city ball in a K won't yes, you're not as having the sign. Whoa. Only one a channel walk on with 3 bumping us, you're not as having the sign. I know the time no evidence. I go to chill like a relax. I know the time no evidence. I go to chill like a oh no, I'm a pop star. You know, sir, I'm a pop star. You know, sir, I'm a pop star. Yeah. You know, sir, I'm a pop. Yeah. Oh, I'm a pop star. Yeah, what's the day? November to November. Me, I know.
I'm a pop star. Inti asemane can about Godfrey Dameno. We are not supposed to play with it. The guy needs to stand before the General Legal Council and prove himself. He's one of the most illegal connections as an Attorney General. Because when you see the things he did, atofos in case the and kwasi and the one atofos going to be him. Inti sebi on ketina Ghana hananka kwasi ampe you jele atofos for no reason. Ugo for dame ye the coin to form say bunkotoje fa gina ona so fa untumi fa. E kire bende ona ba akum answer we tuma fa coin no. You sit there deliberately, you want to jail somebody's father. Onye boni bia. Ugo for dame open the to form a. So one kwa ona ba akum untumi tam. Ugo for dame. You cannot go there. Oh yeah, then about doggy. Ugo for dame. Unam hena kobo doggy. Ubetuma kwa unema about doggy. Enkwasiade. This guy. Ultimate kwa unemu kwa about doggy. Adwene bone politics inti. Uba adwene bone politics inti. Ultimate kwa unemu kwa about doggy. Oh person bi papa ko jail. no. Now, we caught Godfred Dame on tape trying to coach, trying to force an accused person to lie. Now, Ghana Mrano, when you go into the laws of Ghana, let me read it to you. For the Witness Protection Act 2018. You're reading boom. Some question for when you're not to Ghana. In fact, let me put this Ofui's picture on this side. Godfred Dame Kromfo, Maso Sonko, some so Ghana, Aqua way ultimate bodogi, ultimate Kwan name bodogi we come kwasiasem. Now, this guy, let me read this to you. Witness Protection Act 2018. Let me read the act to you. Now, to me, some of us say, club free system, they are not supposed to be lawyers. Godfred Dame. A person who coaches or coerces a protected witness to give evidence which is false commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction to a fine of not less than 2,000 penalty units and not more than 10,000 penalty units, or to a term of imprisonment of not less than 5 years and not more than 10 years, or to both the fine and the term of imprisonment. What you say? A person who coaches or coerces a protected witness to give evidence which is false commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction to a fine of not less than 2,000 penalty units and not more than 10,000 penalty units, or to a term of imprisonment of not less than 5 years and not more than 10 years, or both the fine and the term of imprisonment. Dear Godfred Dame, we all saw evidence of it on our TVs, on social media, of him trying to coerce or coach Jakpa to go and lie against Atofosino. He is supposed to be serving a jail term of 5 to 10 years. Because he is in Ghana. Ultimate bodogi. Ultimate Kwani name bodogi. Because he is and he has some questions. Abrochiran Kodem, as an attorney general, committing the highest crime in the judicial system, trying to coerce and coach a witness, a protected witness. He was even able to lead a protected witness to a judge's home. This guy is a thief. He's a criminal. Oh, yeah, and we sit in Ghana because you have to Phoebe. Who go for that? We to bodogi. Yeah, they open to from say, and these fools, because of politics, so in Kagana for Yame and Yambre and Yankasim and Yanfa pressure to Kwasiampe Yosha, Uncle Jelia to forcing. Wicked people, difficult, stupid, wicked people, very difficult people. And these are the people we are entertaining in Ghana. Oh, at a MP for quarter. Now Aquawe. Why the shoe say now? Me na miko defend you mo. No. Me so you be sawase. Kwasi ampanyi, una nkedi ade we diwa nkebe wo de. Who go for Dame? When you decide ade we diwa, you are supposed to be in jail. You are supposed to be in jail. Now who go jail neka say kutu perform a obetuma kuntinu mo perform. And now ben adeko kuntinu ko perform. En kwasi asem we nyane esuso so Ghana. En kwasi asem we nyane eto ho. Na sa jibi say we imagine say sa dia Godfred Dame ya chin on tape. Jakpa beka no court. Ye hu WhatsApp. NDC Attorney General na ya. Anke betima tena kroma. Ke benya kwasi afo ni twamwa abeka say ai ade ne enjeli no. Kwasi ampe yo nam Ghana e na ho anti free. Owo Iran anke hanging dada. China anke hanging dada. Godfred Dame kokopie China anke hanging no. E wo dwom. The foolishness and the stupidity of an MPP supporter. The stupidness and the foolishness, the idiocy of an MPP follower. It is always right when they commit a crime. But when somebody commits a crime, it is wrong. The foolishness that eats into the foolish mind of an MPP follower. Are we sane? Are we okay? Are we morally right to even discuss Ghana politics? Why is Godfred Dame not being questioned in Ghana? Why is the NPP still walking around in Ghana and telling us, Godfred Dame a lawyer? Now, we have people in Ghana defending this twerp. We all listened to the audio. We all read the text messages. An attorney general of the Republic of Ghana, an attorney general that represents a country. Because I'm paying to him Kwani name bodogi. Now, Uncle Kojeli Obi Papa, such a foolish man. But they need to take him to General Legal Council. They have to question him. He needs to answer questions. We need to get to the bottom of this. He needs to be penalized. It is very important. I want them to disband this guy. He is not supposed to practice law in Ghana again. Where are you from for? This is practicing law, yeah. Per what we saw. From the tape I listened to, from the WhatsApp I read, this guy is not supposed to be a lawyer in Ghana. Abo from uko jail now seminar to forma betuma fa. Unu mama be review. Ugo fedame, uko jail. Now seminar to forma. Ubetuma continue muafa. Can you bend and pick your soap? Do you know the consequences that comes with it when you bend to pick your soap in jail? And all these people are working in Ghana and people are calling them legal brains. People who shop for judges. You do what tamana moja. And someone the papa. You have to go to jail for people to rape you. You go for that. All right, now, I'm in Kobenim. Hey, I've done 3 hours. Now, this is one story too I want us to talk about. PAC, Public Accounts Committee, recovered over 106 million Ghana cedis between 2020 and 2024 to the state by inviting institutions and individuals. TA. Public Accounts Committee recovered over 106 million Ghana cedis between 2020 and 2024. So 4 years. They recovered only 106 million. Nobody went to jail. In Kwasia, this Public Accounts Committee is one of the most useless committees we are spending money on. From 2020 to 2024, 4 years, all the auditors and the people they hauled before them and questioned them and admitted on camera, they have taken our money, only 106 million. Now, Mumbusa Public Accounts Committee say, only this year, how much have we spent on the Public Accounts Committee traveling around the nation? This is stupid. They're living in 3-star hotels where they travel to a region. They're being given chauffeurs. They are being fed. They are giving bodyguards. They are spending fuel. We are giving them per diem. How much have they spent? Millions. So for 4 years, if we have not been able to jail anybody, people who have stolen from us, from different institutions, that this is a failed committee. It is a failed committee. We need to shut it down. Mimaka Assembly every time for a long time. The Public Accounts Committee, it is even helping these criminals in our public institutions to devise plans or ways to steal from us. Why are we still sitting in Parliament with this incompetent lady, Nikomu Kasenka Grace Jones, a woman who was the deputy to Kenofurata, who is now a wanted criminal? Jesus Christ. Kenofurata Bewiesika. Today we have made a case against him in Ghana. In Ghana's books, Kenofurata is considered a potential criminal. This was the lady who was his deputy. Then salad way, interview. How can you make a criminal interview a criminal? I see agreeing Yejuma. I see a Nimunyansa. Kenofurata, this guy. Sakwawi. Bonia Wabedi Akwawi.
Which were really bad times where we all slept at the petrol station. So that's indication that, you really need to get up and talk about it, because we cannot, as a nation that deserves so much more, come to this level.
I'm working like a bull and I'm paying my taxes. The government got to work like a bull as well and make sure that my road is fixed, that I have electricity, that I have water. That is their job. It is not for me to tell the president how to fix the economy. If he didn't know how to fix the economy, why did he run?
Were really bad times where we all slept at the petrol station. So that's indication that, you really need to get up and talk about it, because we cannot, as a nation that deserves so much more, come to this level.
I'm working like a bull and I'm paying my taxes. The government got to work like a bull.
He was our finance minister for 8 years. Abeno Sayasari. She was Kenofuriata's deputy. And sa adie we abetina also ono momu air questioning call for some abokro no ye jimi ana in parliament ye nya nyansani bia mana betina sa committee we so sa maami we ekuro bia ni wo be mana betina committee so anka Kenofurata oya wanted nka o se maami we ni Kenofurata gina dakam I say kuro na etimu no I say nimu nyansa. What moral right does this Kramaiba time have to come and sit and say she is rather questioning auditors? Questioning. So you see, when these government workers, these civil servants, when they come to sit before them, they see the woman as a toy because to them, they saw the damage she did with Oforiata. So they don't take the parliament serious. They didn't take the committee serious because I'm an internal auditor for a government institution. Now, who abna sorry, oto some questions are me government and not parliament in so Jimmy because you are a criminal. You at this point we are talking about Kenofurata. Kenofurata's main person who was his deputy was you. It means you go to Ghana for crisis so a crime about time we so because any anger towards Kenofurata should be directed to this crime about time because she worked with Kenofurata for 8 years. So this Grace Jones does not have any moral right to question any government institution, question any auditor, question any civil servant because she used to work as a government worker. She was a civil servant, but ono kronfono we Johnny the out to one or no question will be. So you see the auditors come in front of this park or public accounts committee and they see them as fools because you are making a criminal sit there to question me. So they will not take anybody sitting there serious. And that is what is defeating the purpose of the public accounts committee. Because me a teacher me a Ghana worker. The only thing that rings is Kenofurata deputy Ken Ofurata as we speak, or ye Kronfo ya Shishano. Now ono at Ghana and I'm Ghana and part den say kodu. The part den say ayadie. She has some more betanaka jam say. I don't understand. Where did he keep the money? Because he somewhere to be way. When in question somewhere to be way. Morally, she's not supposed to be on that committee. Morally. Say a person parliament a recognizable institution. Now public accounts committee. Yenya people who have credibility are this Grace Jones. Sakra Batawe is not supposed to sit there. Because every anger towards Kenofurata should be channeled to this lady. Because she was a deputy Kenofurata for 8 good years. In Kwasia Sika Ken Ria, Kwasia meetings, this lady sat in it. Let me tell you, when it comes to political crime, you are not supposed to put a pen on paper and write for you to be guilty. Even your moral support to that crime, you can land in jail. Do you know that? And it's sometimes when you question people in a meeting, recently, on said Daman, mine and Ibrahim Mahama was purchasing. Would be a competitive bid. When he went to cabinet, the president of the republic did what? He excused himself. Why did he do that? Because he did not even want to sit. When he sits in the meeting and does not even utter a word, his presence and being part of the meeting will influence the decision. So the president did what? He excused himself. He decided to step away from the cabinet meeting so that the process, the deliberation, in Komodo Mubedino, he will not be part because the man, Ibrahim Mahama, is his brother. So the president took the right decision by stepping away from the meeting. The president excused himself. He decided not to even be part of the conversation. Into political crime, we are not supposed to see or say as Sariana Kamaba Tanwe writing a signature or signing something. The fact that she was in those meetings that Kenofurata held and to dupe this Ghana as a country, she is basically culprit in this whole crime. But you see, Yama Kronfo and TV so busanko for questions say, or no, ne nufun getting or no buso be say, obi a Kronfo. My bottom. So you see, the people who sit before this public accounts committee, they don't respect anybody sitting there. Or more parliamentarians on Jimmy. Because how can you make a criminal sit before me? Such a foolish thing we are doing in Ghana. I see a morals in Naira. I see a Niminyan. How can you make this criminal? She is because she was a deputy Kenofurata. Yatna Kromha. Ya accusing Ekufuado and Baumia of corruption, stealing from us. At a point, Baumia told us there are some things that happened that he was not part of. But Baumia, at the end of the day, was in cabinet. Baumia listened to every conversation. Baumia, whether he nodded or did not nod, he did not oppose decisions made in cabinet. So Baumia takes the responsibility. He takes the hit because he was part of that deliberation. Into Mami Webe Kenofurata deputy for 8 years. When they made deputy 8 years, she's technically the finance minister. Now, Kwasia Semu ye Jiminti, ni akofa body hunu we abegina ose ono meto tonkofo ano. Are we stupid? Our anger towards Kenofurata should go to this lady. So we Kenofurata ye bibi na unya na waka asama kire na untumi a. Mami we na also ka asama kire no. So Kenofurata, I express your views, your anger towards him in the form of writing or verbally. You need to direct it to this board, Banche Hono, because she was with the guy for 8 years. It's me I see like me who need to say I say bodamni. There are no morals. Oni nyanse bi also nkotena sa table we hu. It you see the civil servants, they sit and when they go to these meetings and they see her in their heads. So omo kind of say kwasiaba ubedi 8 years deputy finance minister that is what they say in their head. So it encourages them to lie to us. It gives them that confidence to sit there and lie because nipa no team or say be for. In moral rights, Ben also a question. And most of the people who appear before the committee, they don't respect the committee. They see them as criminals. You know why? Because of this lady. Neho bon bini. And I say political shit. She smells of political shit. And nobody will sit and say, let me listen to this woman. I didn't know say because for the past 8 years, I knew the job she did. And at this point, her boss has even run away from Ghana. Every meeting, this woman sat in it. IMF, DN, she was there. So if you don't see her signature on the document, it does not mean that she did not support the criminality. So why is this in way sitting there and questioning people? Morally, I see about them. The foolishness of us. Now, there's another story I want us to talk about. We have done 3 hours, 19 minutes. Now, and Edibuahin case no atachia mu oye kromfo nka no kre atachia. Many Kennedy Japan talk about static queen ya atachia. Tama no minister of housing. Ena or Kennedy Japan girlfriend bi o Germany. No so no MPP chairman. Ena or ne sign dubious contract. Ena mebete atachia to. Ena atachia e waka kire Kennedy say I contract na or sinsaima sa ne girlfriend over Germany no Gina Kevin and Kennedy call Germany now mo your program MPP 4 and Kennedy call J Mike and I started the matter. That was the beginning of my issue with Kennedy Japan. I want to start free because I did a scandal of Atachia and it is Achim police Atachia already. Atachia the tisa Achim police Kronphobia and say Kingsland Jimabe Sika or National Service Scholarship Secretariat and go to no. Still a funny team as about them. This guy cannot win a case in court. Now what happened in court today? We are going to appeal because the 49.1 million, the 41.9 million was not put in a pot under somebody's bed. The 49.1 million was received by an account. And if the judge doesn't want to see the account that the money was received and how the money was applied, how can we make progress? So we challenged it. Counsel for Edubuahin, Samuel Atachia, tells the media after proceedings. Edubuahin, or a civil servant, at a point as the leader of National Signal Bureau, now about 49.1 million at an account. Let's go listen to this Achim police.
Challenges in terms of objections, relevance. You bring a witness to mount the box. If you don't want the witness to be cross-examined, why did you bring the witness in the first instance? Because cross-examination is aiding us to find the truth and to test the credibility of the witness, as well as we put in our case across. The witness has worked on matters that he is familiar with. And it is not right for anybody to say the objection. And the objection is consuming the time of the judge. And we can't be blamed for it. Because if you raise the objection, you can't tie it. You have a witness, instead of saying yes or no, she is writing poems. And the judge is indulging the witness. So I was not too happy about who is wasting the time of the court. But the Attorney General is told now on the objection, which are needless anyway, to be able to make a lot of progress. That's my observation so far.
With respect to the parties, the objections, some of them have been sustained. So if you describe that as needless, where are we heading?
Yeah, some of them are needless. And in fact, most of them are needless. We are appealing them. Yes, if you say that this is the document in which the 49.1 million was transferred into. But the guy said, I don't want to see the document. How can you say this is a very serious, ruling? We are going to appeal because the 49.1 million was not put in a pot under somebody's bed. The 49.1 million was received by an account. And if the judge doesn't want to see that account, that the money was received, and how the monies were applied, how can we make progress with it? So we challenge
now, as a civil servant, your salary is about 5,000 to 7,000 Ghana. How do you, let's say we are stupid, we don't know the law. You are a civil servant of a government institution. You are paid per diem. You are given housing. You are given allowances for your house help. You are given a car. Even your wife is given a car. You are being taken care of. Your salaries come in every month. How on earth did you get 49.1 million in your account? Like how? Let's say, attaching some no cano is okay. The judge was not listening to them, so they are going to appeal it. I get it. But the question here is, as a civil servant, would you to be the boss of NSB at that time? Because so far, Eduboyin has not told us he is a multi-million investor in Dubai. He owns maybe farms in California. All that Eduboyin does is that he was the boss of NSB. How did you come by 49.1 million Ghana? How? What? Adam for this house can again transaction businessmen now a bit 49.1 billion cities. How? Are you stupid? I say Jimmy. Now you are touching. Say Eduboyin and we be a company. And we find the same manager. And then the Juma Yana say he manages your company. Or one man car, one man house, one man per diem will took other parts of the country to go and monitor the other businesses. One man they also know the Juma the boss me 10,000 Ghana na utiano. Now at the end of the day, bank oko check it, sir, manager na account him. Now 49.1 million dema. Are you going to be comfortable? What are you going to ask? Are you going to trust this manager again? The first question will be, you work for me as a manager. So far, I don't know any other business that you do. All that you do is working with me and being the manager. How did you come by 49.1 million? And then in court, because of law, because I'm paying the ticket is of free or bodedum, and the judge, you see, this alone, for him to come by 49.1 million and indicates jail. So because you see, these are some of the things that ama in Kophobia Yamon with Juma Somunyano, boy chrono. Eduboyin had 49.1 million at the point in his account. As 49.1 million, Okunyan Wayne, businessman on drugs. He was a government official who has been cleared. He has actually submitted his finances. He has his Jesus, our friend saying, he has declared his assets before. He declared the assets before he became the boss of NSA, National Signal NSB. So let's go see his asset that he declared. And for the period that he worked with the NSB, how much did he pay? His take-home salary was how much? What are the things that he has been able to acquire? Where did he get the money to acquire those things? Because looking at his money's coming into this account, can he acquire a house that is worth $2 million? The guy has $49.1 million. Did he declare that he has some other business that is bringing him this? This is basic. Akwesi Broni will not spend so much time on this stupid case. Because, as a head of intelligence, you have declared your assets from 20 DND to 20 DND. That's fine. You try to cut this amount. How much is your take home? This is my take home. So 6 years now, that is fine. Every year, you declare your assets. What did you buy? You bought a house for $2 million. You are being paid this amount of money. Where did you get that rest of money to buy a $2 million house? It is simple. Answer them. Where was the money coming from? What was it for? Did it influence you as the leader of NSB? That is why when you come to America, when people are given clearance to work in high government or high profile positions, every single money that comes through your account, you need to write and show that I went to Ghana. A friend of mine gave me $1,000. It was as a friendship. It was a gift. Because somebody can send you $200,000 and influence you to give high-profile quotes of the government to that person. And that person can enter the U.S. government secret vote. So every single money that comes into your account, you need to do what? Declare it. When you even travel to Ghana, no, be charged $10,000. Oh, bah. I also declare, said, when I went to Ghana, Kwame Amwaku gave me $10,000. So that is the money in my account. It wasn't given to me by somebody because at your position, anything can influence our security. So for the guy to have $49.1 million, it's not a big deal for us to be cracking head. This is a simple thing in court. You were a government official. You have declared your asset. How did the $49.1 million get into your account? We don't need to go for appeal. He needs to prove to the judge that, yes, the $49.1 million was for my wife. This is the work she did to get the $49.1 million. We move on. But if you're not able to prove that the $49.1 million came from here, it came to this place to do this, then you don't need to go to appeals court to go appeal anything. You are stupid. And you see, this is their tactics. What they do is, delay case. Edubuahin is a thief, he's a criminal.
Kevin Taylor.